Good morning, everybody. It is 7 a.m. on Wednesday, November 23rd. Your government taco forecast in Baton Rouge expects sunny skies with a high of 76. Coming up on OTB, we have several guests, including Bobby Carpenter at 8 a.m., and we talk LSU football with Brody Miller of The Athletic at 8:30. You can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. Hour number one of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
Let we go!
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I gotta come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Every time, Danny. That volume never ceases to put a smile on my face. What's happening, y'all? Welcome into Off the Bench. T-Bob Hebert here. Mario and Danny here in studio with me. A bit of a senioritis sort of day, right? Thanksgiving around the corner. We know that after today's workday, there's delicious meals and friends and family and vigils and all sorts of fun waiting on the other side. And so today's going to be a bit of a fun show, probably a bit of a relaxed show. To be honest, we're going to welcome in a lot of great guests. We're going to have some meandering college football talk. I've started to put together a list of comparing portions of this LSU football team to the different elements of the Thanksgiving meal. Then we'll kind of workshop throughout the show, maybe off air, and then give you in the final hour of the show, probably play some Christmas music today. Holiday season's in the air. If I'm looking into my own future and in my crystal balls, I see planes, trains, and automobiles probably in my future either tonight or tomorrow. So it's going to be a very fun day as we prepare tomorrow and Friday and this weekend for one of the greatest 3-day stretches of football that you find on any portion of the calendar year, right? I mean, not only do you have multiple NFL games tomorrow, which we'll get into, you got the Egg Bowl. Friday morning kicks off with an incredible ranked-unranked matchup with Tulane and Cincinnati. You know, an AAC championship host on the line. Maybe the team's going to put themselves in line to get that group of 5 bid. Like, there's just so much good football coming. And that's not even get into, the majority of the rivalries. It is rivalry week and everything that entails on Friday and Saturday. And Michigan, Ohio State, which that's why we're having Bobby Carpenter on. Very excited to talk to Bobby about that. We're going to welcome on a couple new guests as well. We'll have on Brian Haydad. He covers Mississippi State, so we covered the Ole Miss perspective on the Egg Bowl yesterday. We'll cover Mississippi State today. We got Chris Trevino coming up at 9. This is a cat, y'all, cool cat. I interviewed him on Snaps. He covers USC. He's and here on Off the Bench, we love a follower challenge, right? In fact, Dan, have we hit 2,500 followers on Instagram yet?
We are 10 followers away.
Okay, great. I've never mentioned it because I'm not sure that I want to get there. Because we have decided that when we hit 2,500, now with the baby, it might have to get pushed back a bit, but we will do it. When we hit 2,500, we have decided that we are going to get dangling cross earrings. Actually, piercer ears. No Claire's magnet stuff. Actually, piercer ears. It's unbelievably stupid for such a tiny amount of for such a tiny amount of followers, but here we are, right? Now, Trevino, though, wanting to do us one better, told his USC fan base if he hit 10K on Twitter, he would get a 10K tattoo. This man has a gigantic block letter 10K tattoo on his calf. That's a real one. That's a real Trojan boy, and he's been covering this Trojan team for years now. I'm excited to see what his perspective has been like on this year and what he's thinking about Notre Dame. And, of course, USC matters because it would appear that the fate of both USC and LSU are now at odds with one another. And that's where we'll start today's show. My thought for this hour, Talk a little playoff rankings right here. Maybe Lane Kiffin next. Brian Haydad coming up at 7:30. Maybe a little, actually, now that I'm talking it out loud, I had Club Hong Kong in at 7:45 and some of the drama from the Mexico City game that led to an Arizona Cardinals coach being fired. But that's a little risque. We have to save that for a bit later in the show. Last night, though, a new college football playoff ranking, and would you look at that? The season of surprises continues, bordering on the absurd. Your LSU Tigers, led by Jaden Daniels, number 5, now find themselves number 5 in the entire country. You have Georgia at number 1 because, of course, you have Ohio State and Michigan at 2 and 3, something that will be settled over this week. And you got TCU at 4 because they remain 11-0 and atop the Big 12. And then it's not one-loss Southern Cal. It's not one-loss Clemson. No, it is 2-loss LSU checking in at number 5. Number 6, USC. Number 7, Alabama. And then number 8, Clemson. So I think there's a few things to break down here. First off, I think the committee knows exactly what it's doing with this LSU and USC ranking. Okay, many people are upset about this. USC has 1 loss, LSU has 2. They have an embarrassing loss when you're talking about getting blown out by Tennessee, and the Florida State loss really isn't anything to write home about, whereas SC's only loss is 1 point on the road in Utah. That is completely fair. The problem is USC doesn't have the toughest schedule. They don't have the best wins right now, and they have an awful defense. However, I do believe that SC's schedule will grow to the point where if they win these final 2 games, that I think that they would potentially leapfrog LSU. Now this is up for debate. Remember, we talked to Andy Staples about this, the thing on Monday, and I raised this exact scenario. Basically, LSU beats Georgia and USC wins out. Does USC leapfrog in? He said no. He thinks LSU beats Georgia and they're in. This playoff committee ranking would maybe speak to that, but I don't hold it in stone that just because you're ahead of a team and you don't lose that you're going to stay ahead of that team. We've seen that go awry in the past. The problem with USC is that their main resume building will started last week, right? Getting the big win over UCLA. It has to continue this week. If they're playing host to Notre Dame, who's been very good and really helping USC in this, is that you have Notre Dame checking in at number 15 in the country. This would be another really good win there if they were able to do that. UCLA down to 18 after losing to SC. And then they would square up with number 9, Oregon. That would be 3 incredibly impressive wins in a row. Now, the LSU-Georgia win would be the nicest. Well, look, we'll have to wait and see. I guess the only thing I'm thinking is that I still don't know that I fully accept that LSU controls their own destiny here as a Southern Cal resume looks to grow. Now, I don't think that the committee believes in USC. Again, they have the clearest weakness. I mean, if you look at this top 5, where are the weaknesses? Georgia, there appear to be none. Georgia's biggest weakness is they don't always bring the same intensity that they have to the biggest matchups of the year this year. But when they have had to lock in, they have been an unstoppable force. They obviously decimate Oregon, decimate Tennessee. Sure, they've played with their food at one time or another, but in an SEC championship setting in which you're going to play them in Atlanta, you're not going to get treated like they treated Mizzou, where they clearly were checked out, didn't come with their head right at all to that game. Georgia's going to be fully focused. So Georgia doesn't have much of a weakness right now. Remember, they didn't even take a single player out of the transfer portal over this offseason. Ohio State's weakness, can't run the ball, which is clear. Like, they struggle in short yardage situations in games like the Northwestern game where throw's not working because of weather. They've been awful at running the ball. The defense is vastly improved. We're going to figure out Saturday if there's still questions about this defense, if it can hold up under the weight of this Michigan offensive line. So Ohio State even's a bit like Georgia, right? If your one weakness is you're not great at running the ball, you're not awful, but if your one weakness is you're not great at running the ball, it shows you're a pretty complete team. And as it should be in rankings, the further you go down the list, the more weaknesses that start to appear. Like for Michigan, they're pretty incredible everywhere. The problem is, compared to Ohio State, they don't have as much NFL talent, especially not the skill positions, but more so than that, the quarterback position. Look, Jim Harbaugh has done a very good job of putting J.J. McCarthy in easy situations, easy throws, not a lot of decisions that need to be made. He's done a really good job of, over the years, building this offense kind of in the philosophy and the style that he wants, and J.J. McCarthy runs that offense. But it is a limited offense, right? And it's tough when you're talking about the playoffs. You're talking about trying to beat the best teams in the country. You're talking about beating Ohio State. I don't know that there's a tougher thing to overcome than being limited at quarterback. Because you saw last week against Illinois. When Blake Corum went down and that run game started to struggle a little bit, if you put the ball and put the game in J.J. McCarthy's hands, you will be in trouble. As far as TCU goes, TCU's weakness would maybe just be it feels like they're playing over their head constantly. Now, they also have they score highest in the trait that I like most on teams, in that they can adapt to whatever the situation is at hand. Like most of these other teams want to win in one way. TCU has won in about every single way conceivable. So great character, great mettle, the ability to overcome adversity. However, from a pure talent standpoint, they remain the most limited team on this list. You get to LSU, I would say the weaknesses are a bit of consistency, just a bit of overall rawness, right? A lot of freshmen still contributing at key areas. While the offense is very good at times, I don't know if anybody would describe this LSU offense as overwhelming. And there have been times when they have not been very good. I'm going to be fascinated what they see going to College Station, who's getting some names back, getting some players off the injury report for the first time this season. Where will this offense be locked in? Are you going to see the offense that you saw against Florida, Ole Miss, Alabama, or is it going to be more of the Auburn, Arkansas offense? That will determine a long way towards how LSU fans are feeling after this week. And make no mistake, this is like LSU needs to win this game. Not just for playoff hopes, because whatever. I mean, I don't really care too much about that. But LSU needs to win this game because this is the last game where people will be pissed if it doesn't go right. We talked about it a bit yesterday because everybody hates Texas A&M. It would be a huge salve on A&M season if they were to get this feather in their cap at the end. Whereas if you win, you get a 10-win regular season, which never happens. And, then you roll into Atlanta looking good, playoff hopes alive, everything. And then whatever. Georgia beats you, whatever. Who cares? You go to a great bowl game. If you beat Georgia, make the playoffs, awesome. If you lose in the playoff, who cares? You were never supposed to be there in the first place. But you were and are supposed to beat a bad Texas A&M team who, in theory, I don't think this is going to happen, y'all, but in theory, both Mizzou and Vandy could become bowl eligible this weekend. If Mizzou and Vandy were to become bowl eligible, that would make 13 of the 14 SEC teams bowl eligible. The one who would not be would be Jimbo Fisher and Texas A&M. So LSU with some kind of vague weaknesses. There's nothing too glaring. I mean, a lack of depth on the interior defensive line, though they've still been really good on that side of the ball. But then you arrive at USC, and this is ultimately why USC is at 6. It's not just resume, but very clearly the defense. The defense is absolutely awful. Now, they force turnovers, but you never have to. It's hard to try to rely on turnovers, but the defense is awful. And I think the playoff committee is fading USC and saying that over the course of these next two games, they think that the defense will cost them. We will see. There's maybe one scenario that I could see Alabama sneaking back in, but even that I don't think is very realistic, even with them sitting at 7. I think Clemson is interesting as 8 because a couple losses, and all of a sudden you could have Dabo and the Tigers going back to the playoff once again, though no team ever ranked at number 8 this late into the system has ever ended up making that playoff. So really, I mean, look, I've talked so much playoff hypotheticals that it starts to make my head spin a bit, and it's so hard to try to keep track of the thread when you try to do these things from a conversational standpoint. I think as we are a LSU radio show, a Louisiana radio show here in Baton Rouge, all throughout Louisiana, if wherever you're listening here on this penultimate Thanksgiving Day, I think the biggest takeaway here, again, is that you almost need to stop, pinch yourself, and appreciate the fact that in Brian Kelly year number 1, November 23rd, 2022, you are ranked number 5 in the country. The number 5 playoff team in the country. That truly borders on the unbelievable, on the absurd, when you look at how you felt that first Sunday night of the season, the most watched game in all of America from college football week 1, over 7 million average viewers watching LSU fall flat on their face in front of Florida State. And now you sit here going to Atlanta, SEC West champs, number 5 in the country. It's been an incredible year. All right, when we get back, let's talk about another SEC West team as Lane Kiffin rumors continue to swirl. We got Brian Haydad coming up, talk some Egg Bowl. Keep it locked here and Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Your friends over at All-Star Toyota wishing you a happy Thanksgiving. That's right, All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge, or you go to allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com. The website's a great place to start your car buying journey. You can actually buy your car right there on the website. You can chat with live sales members, service members. If you have any questions, Toyotathon's going on right now. You can start to see some of the incredible deals. You can peruse, okay, what do I want? Do I want a Toyota Sienna? Do I want a Camry? Like whatever your family's needs are, let All-Star Toyota answer those needs. So whether you're looking to buy new, you're looking to buy used, maybe you want to lease, maybe you want to rent. Cheaper per day rental prices than your traditional rental companies. You want to go see them off of Airline Highway today, go to All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge, allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com. Again, y'all, go check out the Toyota Sienna. Join me, Minivan Gang. I love All-Star Toyota. You will too. All-Star.
Professional golfers John Peterson and JJ Colleen answer all your golf and life questions inside the new Drop Biscuit Studios podcast for the people. Download or subscribe today at dropbiscuit.com.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Before we begin any electrical work here, we perform a home safety check that begins at your electrical panel to make sure that you and your family are safe. For all your upgrades, installations, and repairs, call Mr. Electric.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
During the season of Thanksgiving, Corvell Toyota wants to take the time to thank you for your business. We could not be in business for over 50 years without you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Thank you from Corvell Toyota in Opelousas.
Thank you.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big D and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact Service Master Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. Service Master Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country.
Join me, Jimmy Ott, for Game Time, live from Snow's Seafood and Steak, Airline Highway at Highway 74 in Gonzales. 6 to 8 p.m. Wednesday. Got a bunch of guests giving out picks. Game Time on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose, Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back to Off the Bench. So I'm sorry, look, I don't know what is going on with my voice today. Probably just talking all week, constantly. I mean, we played 4 hours of Dungeons & Dragons in the studio last night till 11 p.m. Eric Tross in the chat says, Nat King Cole around this time of year slaps, man. My goodness. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And we're going to play Christmas music today because in many ways this is the start of the holiday season. I know it's not technically Thanksgiving, but look, we are off tomorrow. Survive in the chat says it's basically Friday, right? For many, yes. Now, we will be on air Friday. Remember, we'll actually be out at City Slice on Friday. Going to watch some of that USA game there in the afternoon at 1 p.m. as well if you want to come out there. But yeah, this is, I don't know about you boys, but in terms of Christmas song hierarchy, my entire life, this has been my number one. Number one. There's a lot of good ones. I love Christmas pop. I love the Bieber song. I love Ariana Grande. I love Mariah Carey. I love all the crooners, obviously, as well. But the Christmas song remains the best songs. What did Roger say? You couldn't wait 2 days to play Christmas music? No, I don't think so, man. I don't think so. I feel like, well, I don't know. I feel like in many ways, today is Thanksgiving, today and tomorrow. Thanksgiving is a 2-day celebration. Like, many of y'all, some of y'all will have work today. Many of you will not. Most all will not have work tomorrow. For those that do, be it service industry, wherever, we thank you. We applaud you for doing that for everyone else so society can function. And so in a way, yeah, like today begins Thanksgiving. Like many of y'all, if you do have work today, aren't going to accomplish anything of import. You're going to knock off as soon as you can. You may make it into a half day. You'll lie, cheat, connive your way into getting out of work if you do. I mean, we're not doing something wholly dissimilar here, right? I'm not going to lie. I'm not putting too much pressure or effort on this show. I've got a bunch of guest lines up. Going to chill, going to talk, going to just kind of meander about my brain a bit this morning. So, no, it is a 2-day holiday. And then many of you who are maybe Mario's and Danny's age will find yourself out tonight looking for, well, I guess what you're looking for is kind of up to you. Maybe looking for a connection, a new one, somebody you've never met before, the beginning of something new and serious, or just a little Thanksgiving entree, a little Thanksgiving appetizer, if you will. Maybe you're looking forward to seeing some old friends. I know if you're one of the young college kids listening, which I'd be shocked if you're up today listening, but I see y'all every now and then talk about Off the Bench. I know that many of you are maybe going home already are at home right now, and maybe returning for freshman year of college, and you're seeing what's happened to all your best friends from high school as they've gone off to their college. Have they changed? Do they come back? Do they have different hair? Have they gone full frat or sorority? Have they found themselves? Are you still going to remain friends? And what's fascinating is maybe you're an upperclassman, and you've seen that change over the last few years. When you first went home, you got back with all your high school friends, and one by one, y'all have been weeded apart or moved apart, and now there's only a few of y'all left. But either way, tonight represents the perfect opportunity to get the boys and girls back together and go ham before you eat some ham. Because make no mistakes, there are no responsibilities on tomorrow. Tonight, the world is your oyster. It is full of potential. Boys, are y'all going out tonight? What are the plans?
I'm going to more of like a Friendsgiving party. It's going to be inside of a house. But yeah, we're going to drink some drinks, have some food. Going to be a good time. I'm excited.
Friendsgiving, that's a great point, Mario, right? As you maybe age out of going to the clubs the day before Thanksgiving, you start to slide into Friendsgiving. Now, always a good time. My favorite Friendsgivings are the ones that end up with Superior Margaritas machines. Those are also the ones that tend to maybe go the most sideways. Danny, what about you? What are you getting into tonight?
My brothers will be coming into town, so I'll be able to see them. We'll have.
Okay, so you're going. So you're going to keep it a family night, Daniel. I'm a little surprised.
Yes.
You're not going out or going to a party. There's something simmering underneath the surface here. Like, are you lying to me? Are you trying to be sneaky here? What is the angle here?
No angle. I don't know what's planned for tonight. I just know my brothers are coming into town.
How old are you? Like, you're the youngest, right?
Yes.
Will you and your brothers go out? Like, when you all get together, do y'all go to Wrong Iron together?
Yes, we go out together. Yes.
Oh, okay. So look at that. How sweet is that? Sometimes it's not your old friends and high school boys. It's sometimes your brothers going out and hunting all together. Are your brothers also single?
No.
Okay.
That's the problem.
Well, there you go. Well, you're just going to have to enjoy their company and have a good time. But no wingman for poor young Danny Cardenas.
I don't need a wingman.
What?
I don't need a wingman.
That is true. That is true. If anybody can operate solo dolo, I do believe that Danny is probably, yes, I can see that. I imagine that is how you do it generally. When you go like when you go out in New Orleans, when we talk to you on Fridays, like, hey, what are y'all getting into this weekend? Do you go out with other people or are you going out alone?
No, I'm taking girls out.
Okay, but like that's what I'm saying. But no other bros.
No.
Wow.
You can't because every guy's out for themselves. It's a dog eat dog town.
Jeez.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Now I do know for me, sometimes a group can help because especially you have the one hot friend of yours who is the best looking. He can sometimes be the one that reels in a similar group, and then everybody kind of lets the relationship chips fall where they may. But I guess if you're doing a tete-a-tete, that's a completely different story. It's interesting, Danny. It's maybe a little serial killer like. As much as we make fun of Mario, that's a little Patrick Bateman like of you. But then again,
why?
You're Patrick Bateman. I mean, I guess I'm only saying that because it's not. It's my perspective is different. I've always been out with the big groups and then see what kind of breaks down from there. It takes a confident man, and look, Patrick Bateman was nothing if not confident.
I do love Patrick Bateman.
In order for exactly. I know you love American Psycho. All right, when we get back, let's go ahead and talk to Brian Haydad. We'll get to that lane stuff here at the end of the hour. When we get back, let's talk to Brian Haydad about the Egg Bowl. Keep it locked, OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
GEAUXroof.com. Go Roof. 927-80-300. 927-80-300 is your number for all of your roofing needs. You hit them up. You hit them with a roof's up. And then if you call today or tomorrow, hit them with a happy Thanksgiving. But look, the point is, if you have any roofing needs, they are the experts that can take care of it. They've been at it for a while now, and they offer you a free professional estimate. So you call them up, come out to your home, let you know exactly where you stand. You make a fully informed decision about what you want to do next. If it's a big job and insurance covers it, great. Well, don't worry about it. You're good to go. If it doesn't, but you still need the work done, don't worry. They're going to work with you, find monthly payment options that work for you, because all they care about is taking care of the community. That's why they offer a 2-year workmanship guarantee on top of the manufacturer warranty. GEAUXRoof.com. Happy Thanksgiving from Go Roof.
Our listeners fire up their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
They said I was small, weak, said my heart wasn't strong enough. But I showed them what heart looked like again and again and again. Mom got me the right care, the right doctors with Blue Cross coverage. Don't let people tell you who you are. Show them the right card, the right care.
We get it done with strength, commitment, dedication, grit. We get it done with passion for our fans and love for our community. We are the Tigers. Get it done.
Let the values of the purple and gold be in your starting lineup this season. And as always, get it done.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $11,000 off MSRP plus 2.9% with 72 months on all new 2022 Ram Black Widow trucks in stock. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty and free delivery. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
I'm Jay Ducote. I grew up learning how to cook at LSU tailgate parties and right in my own backyard. And I created JD's Louisiana products to bring that Louisiana flavor to you at home for your backyard cookout. JD's Louisiana barbecue sauce, Louisiana molasses mustard, spicy and sweet barbecue rub, and more are available at your local supermarkets or by logging on to jducote.com/shop. Put in promo code CST for 25% off at checkout.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you were born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Le posso offrire un caffè? Le posso offrire un caffè? Andiamo insieme da me, non c'è.
Quarterfinals in the Prep Football Playoffs, and we get started Friday night at 6 with Louisiana Prep Preview, presented by the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. Catholic High and Etta Carr kick off at 7, immediately followed by the Lake Urgent Care Total Occupational Medicine Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show on YouTube, Your View, and 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, with the kids jingle belling and everyone telling you be of good cheer. It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's the happiest season of all, with those holiday greetings and gay happy meetings when friends come to call.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
My Star Wars Christmas sweater on. Andor season finale coming up tonight. Vibes are immaculate. And very pleased to talk to another Star Wars nerd, SEC nerd. Talk about Brian Haydad at Brian Haydad on Twitter, co-host of Sports Talk Mississippi on Super Talk, Monday to Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. We talked to his partner in crime yesterday, Richard Cross. Now it's time to talk to Brian, get a little Mississippi State perspective on the Egg Bowl. Brian, what's up, brother? What's going on, man?
What's up, man? I haven't watched Andor yet. It's worth tuning in.
Jesus, what? Brian, I'm not being crazy, right? We've talked Star Wars plenty on your show. You are a Star Wars fan, correct?
What I do with these kind of shows with Disney, though, is I like to let them finish.
Okay.
And then so I can sit down and binge. I'm not into the whole waiting a week anymore. I've gotten past that in my life.
That is so wild to me, man. I find that binging now, maybe not binging during a holiday, right? Because then you have nothing. You don't feel bad about
exactly
wasting all your time. So I feel you on that. But anyway, the point is Andor season finale is today. So you are good to go.
All right, I'll watch it.
In my opinion, Brian, even though this is it's certainly been echoed by many of my fellow Star Wars friends, not by others though. In my opinion, this is definitely a top 5, potentially top 3 Star Wars thing that has ever been made.
All right.
It is fantastic. Now,
I trust your opinion.
Are you more of the old school Star Wars nerd? Are you a little angry at most everything you have seen since the original trilogy?
Not since the original. I loved Rogue One.
Okay.
I've loved the TV series. I love The Mandalorian. I loved Obi-Wan Kenobi. I did not go see The Last Skywalker, though. I tapped out.
You still have not seen Rise of Skywalker, not even to complete the set. I mean, I hate that
movie.
movie.
Rise of Skywalker, yeah. No, I'm out.
Wow, okay. I became the very monster I've been fighting against as I have become the angry nerd when it comes to Rise of Skywalker. But okay, if you loved Rogue One, Mando, and Obi-Wan, you are going to love Andor, man. Just wait. All right. Okay. Let's get into it, though. So we talked to Richard yesterday. Brian, I want the Mississippi State perspective on all of this. Obviously, I'm sure that you'll have some crossover with Sokoloff over there. Obviously, John Cohen, right? Going from Mississippi State to Auburn. Do you think Lane Kiffin becomes Auburn's head coach on Friday?
Yeah, I mean, it feels like there's just too much smoke for it not to be a fire at this point. And the fact that really no other name has popped up over the past couple of weeks. I mean, we haven't ever heard, okay, they've moved on from Kiffin and now they're looking. You haven't heard that. It's been Kiffin. I know John Sokoloff real well. He's a friend. I don't believe he would put out a story like that unless he had really good sources on that, and I think that he does. So, yeah, I fully expect Lane Kiffin at this point to be Auburn's next head coach. When that announcement is made, I don't know. My guess is it'll happen Friday, Saturday after the game. But at this point, it would be a huge upset to me if Kiffin didn't take the job at Auburn.
Damn. Okay, dude. And it's funny. I read an ESPN article where Lane met with the team, and the wording was very funny, right?
Yeah.
It was said that he had not accepted a job anywhere else and that no job had been offered. But these are all very, litigious terms in which, if you really read between the lines, there's nothing really definite there.
Right, and I'm old enough to remember the '98 Egg Bowl where everybody knew Tommy Tuberville was going to Auburn, and he went on and did an interview. He's like, I haven't been offered. I'm not looking for a job. I mean, this is what the coaches do. They tell you one thing and they do another. I just assume now, D-Bob, we're 20 years out from Senator Lane Kiffin. I can't wait for him to be making national policy.
Oh, man, his Twitter's going to be fire when he's up there in D.C. It's going to be incredible.
Yeah.
So are Mississippi State fans kind of victory lapping over Ole Miss here? Are they rubbing it in even though the move hasn't even happened yet?
I don't think so, because I think most Mississippi State fans aren't sure that Mississippi State's going to be able to take advantage of this situation. I don't know that they think that they're going to go to Oxford and win on Thursday night, even with Ole Miss kind of in disarray. Now, if Ole Miss is completely checked out and Lane Kiffin's checked out and the players are just trying to get through it, then, yeah, State will go up there and get the job done. But if Ole Miss is still motivated, if they want to send off Lane Kiffin in style, or if Kiffin is not, disengaged the way some people seem to think he is Ole Miss is going to win this football game. They're just the better team, and State isn't going to do the things that they need to do in the game to win. They're not going to run the football. I mean, you watched the Arkansas game last week. Ole Miss can't stop the run, but State is going to go out there and throw it 50-plus times, even though it's going to be a sloppy track in Oxford. So I think by and large, Mississippi State, they're happy to see Kiffin go because he's going to be 3-0 against Mississippi State if everything holds according to plan. And he's really done a good job of making that program relevant again. They're happy to see him go. But as far as a victory lap, no, I mean, you can't do that until the trophy is back at Starkville.
Well, and that's where this gets a bit interesting, though. We talk about the program coming back, Brian, and I feel Ole Miss did incredible things last year, winning 10 games in the regular season. Mm-hmm. And this year was very good, but now you've lost 3 of 4. And I talked to Dellinger about this yesterday, and he pointed out that, look, it doesn't that maybe none of this matters because it's the Egg Bowl, and so it doesn't matter what the records are. You just need to win the Egg Bowl, and I love that, and I think there's definite truth there. But I do find it fascinating, Brian, when we think about Mississippi State and we think about Ole Miss, we think about Mississippi State having like a solid year, right? But it's a solid year for State, whatever. It's a good year, but it's been like a really good year for Ole Miss. They maybe a couple losses here recently, but it's been really good overall. However, if the Bulldogs win tomorrow, you're talking about both teams being 8-4, 4-4 in the SEC. Like, why is there such a disconnect as to thinking, as to kind of the national view on how these two seasons have gone when Mike Leach and company could put them dead even and finishing ahead with a tiebreaker tomorrow?
It's really funny because somebody pointed this out on Twitter. The only difference between the schools this year is that State played Georgia and Ole Miss played Vanderbilt.
There you go. I mean,
if you look at the schedules, the other 6 SEC games are all the same, and they're 3-3 in those games.
Wow.
But State had to play Georgia, and Ole Miss got to play Vanderbilt. And then, of course, they were both 4-0 non-conference. And you're right. The perception has been that Ole Miss has been like this national contender all year. They've been in the top 10, but a lot of that is because their schedule was soft as Charmin the first 7 games of the year. Whereas State, got out there, and they got off to a tough start. They had to go down to Baton Rouge early on. That was a huge game for LSU. You and I talked about it.
Yep.
And, but State was 5-1. It's just the way State's played these last 4 weeks. The offense, when you hire Mike Leach, you think, okay, well, they're going to lose some games, but they're going to lose 45-42. And that's not happening. Offensively, State has not been good these last, not counting last week against an FCS team, but against Kentucky, Alabama, Auburn, Georgia, which, good defenses in there, but State has just not been good offensively. They've been unbalanced. Will Rogers has just not looked like himself. He's taken a step back this year. That's not what you expected with Mike Leach. You thought you'd be losing shootouts, not losing games where the offense can't get anything going. Whereas with Ole Miss, and this is my whole life. Ole Miss is like a little flashy. They have all these transfers coming in. I love Judkins. That guy's a stud, but as a true freshman. But their offense is just exciting. And sometimes if you can't be good, it's good to be entertaining. And that's what Ole Miss is.
Yep. Oh, man, the Georgia Vanderbilt point's kind of blowing my mind, Brian. I had not considered that
at all. It's the only difference in the schedule.
Yeah. What is the kind of what's the local temperature on Mike Leach and the program right now?
It's so funny how much this one game matters. If State wins and they're 8-4, they're going to go to a Florida bowl game. Let's say they win that. They're 9-4. They're going to finish in the top 15 probably, right?
Crazy. Yeah.
And then you're like, all right, everybody's got to be on board at that point. Had a great season. But if you lose for the 3rd straight year and you're 7-5 and you're, you're the Birmingham Bowl or Music City Bowl, you better win that, because if you finish 7-6 for the 2nd straight year, well, then I'm just going to circle Thanksgiving Day 2023 as that's probably Mike Leach's last game in Mississippi State. It just hasn't worked the way you'd want it to, but you can change all that by winning Thursday in Oxford.
That is the stuff that is the stuff that college football rivalries are made of, right? That narrative disparity. That is what makes this sport so great. How do you see it playing out? I wish it wasn't going to be such a slop fest. It maybe feels like the weather would favor Ole Miss a bit. How do you see it playing out?
Absolutely it does. Because Ole Miss can run the football. And State's problem is they just don't have that sideline-to-sideline speed, and Ole Miss wants to spread you out and get you wide. And at the end of the day, I just don't think State's going to do what it needs to do. If you go back and watch their games with A&M and Arkansas, I mean, they ran the ball so effectively in those games. And
Yeah.
those were the best 2 games of the year.
Yep.
This now State's just gotten completely away from the running game. They just don't run the football effectively anymore. And if you're one-dimensional in this game, I just don't think that it's going to be enough. I think Ole Miss is going to win and send Kiffin off with a parting gift. And unless State comes out and changes up what they want to do offensively, I just don't see the Bulldogs getting this one.
Brian Haydad at Brian Haydad on Twitter, Coast Sports Talk Mississippi, every single afternoon, 3 to 6 p.m. Thank you so much, Brian. It's always so much fun getting to chop up some football with you. And please text me or have me on air to talk about some Andor after you watch.
We'll do it.
Oh, and best of luck. I'm cheering for Mississippi State in this game, to be clear. I would love nothing more than for Ole Miss to fail and to get to watch the Rebels cry. It'd be so good. Like, what a nice Thanksgiving night treat that would be. I can't wait.
Sounds good to me.
All right, Brian, take it easy, man. Brian Haydad on Twitter. Danny, you're shaking your head at me. Are you going for Lane and Ole Miss here?
Yes.
Why? You know what? Actually, we got to go to break. When we get back, we'll discuss.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to Accutemp of Baton Rouge.com. AccutempBR.com is a site. Accutemp of Baton Rouge for all your AC, heating, and electrical needs. Accutemp is there for you, and they provide service to the highest degree. And I, on this wonderful Thanksgiving, want to give thanks to Accutemp, as I've had them out to my house multiple times. Now, I've told this story before, but we had a leak in the roof. A light went out. I assumed it was an electrical problem. Call Accutemp, come out. It was just a light bulb change. An unbelievably embarrassing moment to pay for a light bulb change. But my wife told me, even though she was mad at me, she was like, you know what? You're an idiot. But I'll be damned if that wasn't the best service I've ever had. And she doesn't know about any of this ad read, nothing like that, okay? They are the best. Look at the online reviews. Happy Thanksgiving from Accutemp of Baton Rouge.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
I've got that blue sky. I've got that sunshine.
Bayou Ford has $10,000 off MSRP plus 2.9% for 60 months on new 2022 Ford F-150s. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty and free delivery. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Enter now for a chance to win a catch and cook fishing experience from the Louisiana Charter Boat Association with me, Chef Jay Ducote, winner of Beat Bobby Flay. Register now at gocatch.com. That's GEAUX catch.com.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Want more customers? Running Boards Marketing can help you get their attention. Imagine your brand's message on a giant LED billboard truck that can't be skipped and is nearly impossible to ignore. Running Boards Marketing is the leader in effective and affordable advertising on digital mobile billboards, which are 2 times more effective than traditional billboards. With a 97% recall rate, you'll leave a lasting impression with your customers. Visit us online at runningboardsmarketing.com so we can drive your message to where the people are.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big D and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music.
We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7, The Tiger.
There's nothing better than tailgating, but it can be a lot of work. So why do it yourself when you don't have to? Let Revelry Sports and Entertainment set up your luxury tailgate on campus. Order what you want and just show up to party. Join us for a Wednesday edition of Hunt and Hill. Luke Johnson a day early. Travis Brown from the Bryan College Station Eagle Talking Aggies. SEC Power Rankings, best win, worst loss. We're loaded on a Wednesday. Hunt and Hill, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening, a beautiful sight, we're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. T-Bob, Mara, and Danny hanging out with you today. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Y'all have to stand by your takes. During the break, Danny said, I'm not really going for Ole Miss. I'm just a bit turned off by your simping for Mississippi State. Now, he did not say the word simping, but make no mistake, it's what both Mario and Danny are accusing me of. They are accusing me of simping for Rivers and that causing me to cheer for Mississippi State. Now, Rivers is a very close friend, so I am not saying that that is not a factor. Certainly, I had a great time when I went up to Starkville. But you must understand, people were cheering for Saudi Arabia yesterday, right? In what other facets in life, except for sport, are you generally going to find America cheering for Saudi Arabia? Not many. And yet, why were people? Because they were the underdog going against the big power. And Ole Miss, make no mistake, they're no big power. But when it comes to Ole Miss and Mississippi State, you just heard Brian right there. Ole Miss is flashy. They're cool. Think their crap don't stink. They got money. The Grove, chandeliers. Mississippi State, blue collar, cows, farming, grinding it, getting your living out the dirt. Okay, I find that from an outside perspective, going into the Egg Bowl, I find that much easier and much more enjoyable to support than y'all's Rebels. So, Danny, defend yourself. Why are you cheering for Ole Miss tomorrow?
It comes down that I'm not a simp, so I'm not going to simp for particular people when it comes to cheering for teams.
Oh, dude. I mean, so what are you, simping for Mincy? Oh, I get it. You're simping for Barstool.
Oh, that makes sense. A little bit of sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Now, I see, because you want to get on Mincy's good size. You love El Prez and Big Cat and the glitz and glamour of the Barstool office. You want to be a producer there like Playboy Marty. And you're like, oh, Mitch, I was going for Ole Miss. I promise. I was cheering for them. I can't believe they didn't win. What about you, Mario? Defend yourself. Why are you cheering? A man who generally does not jive with the elite, who likes a bit of the underdog, as you bet on Japan this morning and are very upset they're down 2-0 to Germany. Actually, I don't know if they took that goal off or not. You defend your Ole Miss take.
Well, from Moose State's fans' point of view, I understand the whole, they think their poop don't stink thing, but I'm rooting for Ole Miss right now because of the whole thing with Lane Kiffin. I understand Auburn has certain advantages over Ole Miss. I understand why Lane might go there, but I think Auburn fans are acting entitled as all hell, and they've played really well under Lane Kiffin, and it's not like Ole Miss has been, awful, super far away from a title. They competed with Hugh Freeze. They're about to have 2 10-win seasons back-to-back potentially. I think that whole narrative has been overblown, so that's making me root for Ole Miss a little bit.
Multiple problems with that. Auburn fans, yes, look, I don't love Auburn fans, to be clear, but Auburn fans are saying the exact same thing that LSU fans have said whenever things get bad. Our last 3 coaches have won national championships. The power's in the soil. Previous to, what's his name? Why am I even blanking on his name now? The coach that just got fired.
Oh, Harsin.
Brian Harsin. I was thinking Haydad. Previous to Brian Harsin, every coach either had, the past 4 coaches all played for Natties, won a Natty, or had an undefeated season. So Auburn fans, Ole Miss has never even been to Atlanta.
No, I mean,
never even been to Atlanta.
There were one lateral on 4th down away, though. It's not like it's impossible, is my point.
If ifs and buts were candy and nuts, we'd all have a happy Christmas, Mario, okay? I don't care how close you get. It only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. They've never sniffed a championship. So, no, they're not that good.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
I hope Mississippi State breaks them tomorrow night.
Simp.
And me and Rivers can celebrate on Friday at City Slice with some champagne. Go to centralplumbing.org, centralplumbing.org, 925-8552, 925-8552. Centralplumbing.org is the website. That's the phone number. And remember, Brown Friday is coming. We told you about it. Happy Thanksgiving from your friends over here at Central Plumbing. Remember, 24/7 emergency service. So if Uncle Chuck goes a little too hard on the Thanksgiving meal and goes a little too hard on your plumbing, you already know who to call. It's Central Plumbing. And you're not going to lift a finger. And then, your plumbing issues will be solved. And look, as always, it's not just residential, commercially. If you need an office building, anything like that, and you need your plumbing needs met, you want to go to centralplumbing.org, 925-8552. Happy Thanksgiving from the best in the business, Central Plumbing.
My dad just really enjoyed his life, and he enjoyed smoking cigars and thought he was invincible. My stepdad quit smoking, and he really felt like he was in the clear. Sorry. I wish they would have been screened annually. It's not just you affect, it's your entire family.
For more information on Ochsner's free smoking cessation program and to see if you qualify for early lung screenings, visit ochsner.org/quit.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
When I was a boy, I spent my days climbing trees, catching fish. Barefoot in the river I walked, listening to crickets, counting stars. This was home. After my stroke, I wondered if I'd make it back to the people and places I love. But I got the right doctors with Blue Cross coverage. Your card matters. Your home does too.
Louisiana. It's a place defined by culture, by pride, by passion, by people who do more than love this place. They celebrate it, elevate it, champion it. They are the individuals who embody what makes Louisiana great. The companies that make Louisiana a better place to work and live. The nonprofits leading transformational change in our communities. Champions of Louisiana are all around us, and LWCC is proud to celebrate them because we've always been Louisiana loyal, supporting the workers, the innovators, the change agents of this great place we call home. Who are the champions around you? Together, we can share their stories. Together, we can help our home state thrive. Together, we are Louisiana loyal. Always.
Good morning, everybody. It is 7 a.m. on Wednesday, November 23rd. Your government taco forecast in Baton Rouge expects sunny skies with a high of 76. I lied, it's 8 a.m. Coming up on OTB, we have several guests, including Bobby Carpenter up next, and Brody Miller of The Athletic joins the show at 8:30 to talk LSU football. You can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome into hour number 2 of OTB on this penultimate Thanksgiving day. Having a nice, fun, relaxed show, talking a lot of college football, previewing rivalry week. Blah, blah, blah. And, well, I'm very excited to talk to our next guest. A true warrior monk, a literal warrior scholar. As we're talking to Bobby Carpenter. Of course, you can catch Bobby on with Jake doing Meathead Radio on off-campus Sirius XM 84. You can also catch Bobby in the classroom as I believe, and you know, on top of being a first-round pick, great player, NFL vet, great college football player, he is a literal professor of finance at Ohio State. How's that for a warrior monk? Bobby, what's going on, man? Thank you so much for waking up with us this morning.
T-Bob, it is my pleasure. Thank you for having me on. You know what? I'm happy to kind of come in, help fill in for Jacob Hester, who's somewhere out on the left coast, hanging out, going to wineries, you know, amusement parks, surfing, you know, living the life that everybody dreams of living. Well, you and I are going to talk about the great rivalries of Middle-earth between the elves and the dwarves.
I mean, dude. It's actually probably the best part of the Hobbit trilogy, right? Which, you know, I think maybe gets a little too much crap because it does have some high highs. Unexpected party scene's incredible. Riddles in the Dark is incredible. But the fight scene between the elves and the dwarves is so dope, and nobody ever talks about it or remembers it. It is absolutely fantastic. Wait, so Bobby, I don't know if I was fully aware. Are you a big Lord of the Rings guy?
Wait, I thought we already went over this. Yeah, I love it. I mean, I sat there and talked to Hester the whole time and about how disappointed I was in life when they released it during football season because I apologize. There's an ambulance driving by me there. But I was so disappointed when they released stuff like that during football season. Like, you're forcing me now to, like, try to cram this in around watching NFL, college, Monday night, Thursday night, all kinds of stuff. I'm like, I really can't enjoy it the way that I would like. And I love Game of Thrones, not really kids appropriate. My kids love Lord of the Rings, so they loved the Ring of Power series. And so I'm probably going to have to rewatch that thing where I can actually sit there and enjoy it and let that thing marinate a little bit as opposed to just trying to cram it in on a Sunday night, you know, before or after a football game.
Yes, I completely agree, Bobby. I think Rings of Power is something that I certainly really enjoyed, but I'm doing the same thing right now. I'm going through a rewatch at my own pace, and like it is really, really damn good. And then obviously, I mean, the original trilogy is just freaking incredible, dude. So look, one thing that Lord of the Rings has are epic battles, right? Be it Helm's Deep, Pelennor Fields, the Battle of Five Armies that we were just talking about. And when you're talking about college football rivalries, there is no series, and this is not opinion, this is objective fact. There is no series that has had more epic battles than Ohio State and Michigan. They've played with both teams ranked more times than any rivalry in history. They played with both teams in the top 10 more times than in history, and they played with both teams in the top 5 more times than any other rivalry in history. And we're getting another one of those special matchups this weekend, 2 versus 3. You played in this game a bunch. What are your personal memories from like the build up to this game, what it means, how it feels, what goes into it, how, like for us down here in the South, How would you describe what Ohio State and Michigan means?
Well, I was razzing your boy Hester because, LSU is great in the storied program it is, as it is, and they've won 3 national titles under the last 3 head coaches, which to my knowledge is unprecedented, in the history of the game. There's no real traditional rival that has spanned the entire history, because it's been generational, depending on who's good at different points in time. And that's the one thing, Ohio State, them and Michigan. I mean, this will be the 12th time, T-Bob, that they've played where both teams have been ranked in the top 5. And people ask, does home field matter? And I went back and I looked through them, of those 11 matchups, only one time has the road team won, with Ohio State being in 1975. So, there's a lot that goes into it. The fan passion, you fill up these massive cathedrals that we refer to as stadiums, and that matters. 100,000 people behind you matters, and so there's a lot that goes into it. And even more so than just the game this year, when you grow up in one of these states, or you're a big fan of them, as a child, and being a kid of the 90s when they were growing up, and guys like Eddie George, Mike Vrabel, Terry Glenn, Joey Galloway, David Boston, Andy Katzman, all these great players. There were guys who maybe only beat Michigan one time, maybe beat them twice. Some great teams that were national title teams, but in rivalry games, it gets in your head a little bit, and maybe you don't play as well as you potentially could. And on that day, you were not better, and you subsequently lost the game, and it really, it obviously caused the loss in that rivalry, but it ruins your season. There's so many things that ultimately go into it. So for some of these guys, I was here. You feel like you're putting a jersey on, and it's not just your team you're representing. You're representing, the teams of 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, to make sure that you go out there and try to further the history and further the tradition.
Yeah, and it's kind of insane, Bobby, because here recently Ohio State's been on a bit of a heater in this series, to the point where it's kind of, Michigan desperately needed that one last year. And I know, so for those that don't know, of course, Bobby played linebacker, an absolute stud. I mean, look at the picture of this man, Danny. Have you ever seen a chin that square, or a neck that thick? That's like getting into Keo Spike's territory of neck right there. The bottom line is that this is a man who knows how to play hard-nosed defense. Did it hurt your soul last year, Bobby, to watch this Michigan O-line run up 7 yards a carry and 297 yards on the ground? And can Ohio State flip that this year? The defense has improved.
You'll have to go back and look at it. But the team that has won the rushing battle, and sometimes that's total yards, sometimes that's a yards per carry thing, depending on kind of how you look at it, wins this game far more often than not, because it ultimately comes down to toughness. And, toughness in football is running the ball and stopping the run. We can slice it however we want. We can talk about RPOs and throwing the ball all over the place and everything they've got going on now. But ultimately in this game, you've got to be able to line up. You've got to be able to knock people back, and on defense, make tackles, and on offense, you're trying to run through them. And last year, that did not happen for Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
And to a man, I think those guys were embarrassed. I think a lot of the alumni, they were upset about it. It's one thing to lose the game, and it's one thing to be, kind of beaten up and lose the rushing battle. It's another thing to get manhandled physically. And that has been a focus, and the toughness, and Ryan's been calling it competitive stamina here at Ohio State, of understanding, we got embarrassed. They beat us up physically. That cannot happen again. And so that's been the focus the last 364 days. And the only way to change it is to go out there and improve it. And you have to go take it to them. And so you work in the weight room, you work in the off season, you work during the season of trying to handle all this stuff. And so we'll see ultimately if that's changed. But the only way you're going to find out is at noon on Saturday.
Yeah, and it's kind of interesting, right? Because when you look at it, Michigan runs some version of inside zone 45% of the time. So, exactly what they're going to try to do. And hopefully Blake Corum is good to go so we can watch this battle at full strength. I want to ask you about Ryan Day, though, Bobby. And you can follow Bobby on Twitter at bcarp3, and again on Sirius XM 84 with Jake on Off Campus. But Ryan Day's resume is absurd. He's 45-4 since he took over as head coach of Ohio State. when you look at these stats, right? Like even when he shows up in the middle of the Urban era, there is a clear and massive statistical jump on the offensive side of the ball when he shows up to town. All of a sudden, quarterbacks are throwing for 40 and 50 touchdowns every single year. He has everything except for that championship. Ultimately, what has held Ryan Day back thus far? And do you think this is the year when they change it?
Well, you look at some of those losses. I mean, you're talking about Clemson, you're talking about Alabama, Michigan last season. Is his first Big Ten conference loss since he's been here. I think last year it was their defense. The defense was holding them back. And, that's why this year he went out and got Jim Knowles, and they made this massive overhaul, and they've developed toughness. There's consistency. There's better tackling. They had some rough calls in the 2019 game against Clemson. They got beat by a really good Bama team, in 2020. And then last year, obviously, it was the defense. But, I mentioned, with Nick Saban, Les Miles, and Ed Orgeron, winning successive titles. No one's ever, to my knowledge, that's unprecedented for three coaches at a school successively to do that. Well, Ohio State's had Jim Tressel, Urban Meyer. Ryan is the third coach. And, I think he understands the gravity of that and how important it is to ultimately get that done. That's something he doesn't shy away from. He understands that's the expectation. He leans into it and talks about, hey, they expect you to win every game here.
Yep.
Big-time programs, it's not come here and go 10-2 and, go to a bowl game and everyone claps. No. Conference titles, it's CFP, and it's the national championships. And so they're as good as anybody this year. We'll have to see. They got to beat Michigan first, and that's a big piece of it. But, ultimately, I think he wants to challenge himself, and whether it's Georgia or whoever, I think he ultimately wants to try to be on that stage and see if they can get that thing done.
Yeah, I loved his quote that I read the other day. He said, look, we want to be remembered for more or we want to be remembered for something other than being talented. And we'll see if they can pull that off. Bobby, how are you taking in the game Saturday?
I'm going to head on down there. It's supposed to be pretty good weather for Ohio, 50s. The rain's supposed to hold off until 4 or 5 o'clock. So, my kids are finally old enough. Hester and I were some of the only fools that have 4 kids. My man AJ Hawk has 4 as well. And my oldest is 13. I got my daughter's 12, or be 12, and then I've got a 9-year-old and a 6-year-old. The oldest 3, they've always kind of like, we want to go to this game. Like, no, you guys get, the Toledo game. You get Indiana, because when you complain about leaving at halftime and you want more snacks, and you have to go to the bathroom, I'm not dealing with it. But now they're to the point where they understand it. I think they appreciate it. And I'm like, guys, these tickets, they're $1,500 aftermarket. Like, this isn't, we're not throwing these away. I'll give them to someone who would appreciate it before I'll let you go. But I think they're to the point now, Bob, where they can go, they can consume it, they want to go, they want to be a part of it. And I'm going to take them down to the game. And they do a great thing. One of the cool traditions at Ohio State, the Michigan game, every other year, every former player is allowed to come in. They call it the Tunnel of Pride. You line up and you line the field as they run out for the Michigan game. And so it's a pretty cool thing to be a part of. And some of my teammates who are just getting done playing and everything, this being the first time since 2018 they've had it, are going to be back and do that. So I'm pretty excited to be a part of it and let my kids see it as well.
Oh, man, I got goosebumps, dude. That is fantastic. Well, look, it sounds like you're raising your kids the right way. They love Lord of the Rings. I do qualify Lord of the Rings as a Christmas movie, given their December release dates are back in the day. So if you're looking for a little holiday viewing, there you go. Bobby, best of luck on Saturday, man. I'm sorry that Jake couldn't be here. He's got his toes in the sand. He's so soft. West Coast, left coast. And then he comes back and all he does is talk about how much he misses California. It's actually kind of pathetic and sad to see. He's secretly extremely excited that the Chargers moved to LA, I'm sure. Like he loves the glitz and glamour of SoFi and everything else. I hate to see it, but thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you. I will tell you this. Hey, for years, our Christmas tradition, I take the kids after opening gifts to go to see a movie. And the Hobbit series was it for, the 3-year run that they had. The kids loved it, and it was always an awesome little tradition. 3.5 hours, you sit there and park your can in the chair and have a couple of drinks and enjoy the afternoon.
Hell yes, dude. A little Coke Icy and some popcorn. Ooh, that's the good stuff. All right, Bobby, take it easy, man. Bobby Carpenter, professor of finance, radio host, first-round pick, meathead, and catch him and Jake on Sirius XM 84 off campus. All right. When we get back, get to some of your comments, and then we got Brody Miller coming up at 8:30. Keep it locked here and Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
I want you to go to Donaldson Glass and Body, dgbauto.com, dgbauto.com. If you have any glass repair needs, it's right there in the name, Donaldson Glass and Body. And they've been doing it. Well, that's just how they got this start, right? Since 1977, that's what it started out, a little glass repair shop. Now it does everything, right? Any body work, any mechanical work, anything 24/7 towing. Donaldson Glass and Body is your answer, dgbauto.com. So don't put it off. Hit him up today, Donaldson Glass and Body. And after you work with him, you will be giving thanks, not just because it's Thanksgiving, but because unlike a lot of car shops, or if you're like me, you're car ignorant, you walk in, you feel like a mark. You feel like a lamb among the wolves. They're about to charge you for a flux capacitor or something. Not the case at DG&B. They get you back on the road safely, quickly, affordably. You can trust Donaldson Glass and Body. Happy Thanksgiving from the boys at DG&B.
Professional golfers John Peterson and JJ Colleen answer all your golf and life questions inside the new Drop Biscuit Studios podcast for the people. Download or subscribe today at dropbiscuit.com.
Bayou Ford has $10,000 off MSRP plus 2.9% for 60 months on new 2022 Ford F-150s. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty and free delivery. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Service Master Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact Service Master Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. Service Master Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
I'm Jay Ducote. I grew up learning how to cook at LSU tailgate parties and right in my own backyard. And I created JD's Louisiana products to bring that Louisiana flavor to you at home for your backyard cookout. JD's Louisiana barbecue sauce, Louisiana molasses mustard, spicy and sweet barbecue rub, and more are available at your local supermarkets or by logging on to jducote.com/shop. Put in promo code CST for 25% off at checkout.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you were born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
All right, let's say ah.
Where'd my spotlight go?
Super weird, but we can take care of it.
12 in the NFL starts with the Thanksgiving Day triple header. First, the Lions host the Bills at 11:30 a.m. Then the Cowboys host the Giants at 3:30 p.m., followed by the Vikings and the Patriots at 7:20 p.m. All here on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Said the night wind to the little lamb, do you see what I see? Do you see what I see? Way up in the sky, little lamb. Do you see what I see? Do you see what I see? A star, dancing in the night with a tail.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Said the little lamb to the shepherd boy, do you hear what I hear? Ringing through the sky, shepherd boy.
Do you hear what I hear? Welcome back. OTB. Oh, Danny, look at this. Have you seen Lindsay Pelz's Instagram?
No, what's she put?
She's I don't know if she's getting paid. Maybe she's going to be there or something. It looks like she's going to be at the Egg Bowl. And
What?
yeah, I don't understand
This is
it.
not true.
And she actually has like a Starkville. It's like she has like a Mississippi State shirt on. Huh.
Yeah, that's the
Interesting.
last place she'd be on her planet Earth.
Interesting. So you two can join me. Since you simp over Pellis, Danny, are you now going for the Bulldogs as well?
Well, she's not, so.
No, I don't know. Check her Instagram, dude. Check her Instagram. That's all I'm saying.
I
dude.
just looked.
Wow, you had them. You had that. Yeah, you're very quick at that, Danny.
Got out of speed out.
Yeah, you check it in the last 30 minutes. You got that shortcut built into your phone where you type a word and it immediately pulls up a Pellis Insta link.
Yes.
Impressive. Buddy Money says, hashtag Ask the Bench, is Thanksgiving a holiday where you can start drinking at 8 a.m. and not be considered an alcoholic? Yeah, I think so. I think now you want to keep it together, right? No browning out, no blacking out. If you do, you're going to ruin everybody's holiday. But it is okay to get a nice buzz on when you start cooking in the morning. If you're doing, whatever little, you're basting the turkey throughout the day, cooking up all your sides and everything. No, I think that is perfectly acceptable. I will spend much of the next 2 days drinking various bourbons and whiskeys, and I cannot wait. Actually, thanks to Matt Moscona, gave me a ton of his. He has so many bottles of whiskey, he has a ton left over, and he gave me a bunch the other day. So, I've never had such a full liquor cabinet. I'm very excited for today. Brambo says, beat Texas A&M and nothing else matters. Not the SEC championship, not the number 5 ranking, the potential playoffs. Just beat A&M by any means. I could not agree more. Brambo, I think you hit the nail on the head there. That is the only thing that matters. Lewis says, no senioritis for T-Bob's great show. Oh, thanks. It's great. And then Ava Marzwani asks if I'd be a tier 3 sub for Rivers if she was on Twitch. And Bilbo says, for sure, T-Bob would be a mod. Y'all all need to relax, okay? Mississippi State are the underdogs. I have many Mississippi State friends. I don't have any Ole Miss friends, and the ones that I do are douchey. So
Ben Mintz?
I'm going for the Bulldogs. Yeah, exactly. What did I just say?
I'm going to clip that and send it to him.
Good. Send it to him. Send it to him.
Your boy, the O-lineman.
He came down here to Baton Rouge and was talking all that trash, talking all that, we're going to beat LSU, blah, blah, blah. And then he got his ass sent back packing. So, yeah, clip it. Send it. I don't care. Yeah, you're going to clip it to him because, again, you're simping for Barstool. And you're trying to work your way up there. Yeah.
I'm the anti-sip. I'm doing what?
No. You can't just say I'm the anti-sip and then engage in simp behavior. What did you say, Mario, a second ago?
Oh, your boy from Ole Miss, the O-lineman that always talks smack.
Jarrell Poe?
Yeah.
A D lineman that I literally had the biggest battles of my career against? Hell no, you're not going to get me to cheer for Jarrell Poe. Now, it is very fun. I've certainly enjoyed me and Big Poe, and I am sad that I missed him when he came to town, and I've certainly enjoyed getting to actually become friends and kind of laugh at the battles that we used to have. But you got me effed up if you think Jarrell Poe is going to make me cheer for Ole Miss. Get the hell out of here, Mario. Ask the bench, what's your go-to bourbon for an old-fashioned? I don't know, man. I don't make cocktails. No, Dan, that is, ooh, boy. Oh, my God.
Jeez.
Okay, so for those that don't know, Danny just played a very embarrassing clip when Poe ran me over. First off, Danny, I had a high ankle sprain with a brace on where I could barely move my leg. Secondly, play the other clips. I know you have them. Play the clips from the game after that the next year. What nobody has, play the preseason NFL game where we went toe-to-toe and I had 12 knockdowns. Play that, Danny, okay? I won 3 of 4 of those battles. He did get me that year, though. And Ole Miss actually beat us that year, unfortunately. Ronnie Grisad, the OTB, how about a little shout-out to Southeastern Louisiana football team playing a home setter against Idaho. Playoffs, line the F up. Whoa, I didn't even realize that. Hell yeah, man. Let's go, dude. Beat the potatoes. Let's do it. Yeah, exactly. RJ Arsenault's right. Jarrell Poe didn't make that tackle, okay? Took him out of the play. Wasted penetration. He didn't spill it or anything. He opened up a cutback lane. He didn't make the play. Yep, Joey LeBlanc, T-Still got him down. That's right, boys. Thank you. See, Chad has my back. Unlike you two snakes in the grass, I feel like J. Cole up here, just surrounded by snakes. Freaking punks, dude. Look at that booty jig. Oh, chill out. Yeah, if it's me, I'll bonk. Denny, play the other clips. Play the other clips. Play the ones that I linked back at him. I know you got him in there. Danny has all the receipts. Yeah, exactly. Emil McClellan. How the hell did Danny have oh wait, who said that? Was it Emil? Yeah, how the hell did Danny already have this one in the chamber? That's a great question. How did you already have this one lined up, Danny? I mean, I know you're
got
very
that extendo.
I was about to say, I know you're very quick on the draw. Like your keyboard fingers are quite fast. Ask the bench, do you make turkey gumbo with the leftover Thanksgiving turkey? Says Trent Ritchie. Yes, 1,000%. It is quite literally my favorite part of the Thanksgiving meal. Is actually not the meal itself, but is the leftover sausage and turkey gumbo. And really the turkey stock, right? Like, I'm going to make as much turkey stock as I can, freeze that to make my next few gumbos with during the winter season, and I cannot wait. Greg, thank you. He says, T-Bob, you had a successful penetration about 9 months ago. This is true. Not to brag. And now I've got another human being on the way. You know what, Danny? Just for that, I hope you get somebody pregnant. Wrong clip again! So now he's showing a clip of a pick six at the beginning of this game, and I was moving so fast. I thought I was going to make the tackle, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, my and this again, messed up ankle, my knees just, I don't know what I was doing with my left arm. Like, my left arm stopped pumping. Maybe it's because I started to fall over already, but my favorite part of this all, you can't really see it because the quality's bad, is when I fall. You ever seen like a plane crash where the nose of the plane drives through the ground? I did not catch myself with my hand. So my head, like on the HD clip, you can see the spray, like the turf, the black turf, like flying out as my head just digs through the ground. Like, wow, Danny, this is not the play we were talking about either. I hate you. Show the game that nobody remembers where the offense finally won a game in 2010, and it was Jeremiah Masoli balling out for Ole Miss. You remember Jeremiah Masoli?
Yeah, that was a fun game.
That was a fun game. Where was Masoli before Ole Miss?
Oregon, right?
Yeah, okay. Cool. So I'm going to team up with a tranquilizer. You can call CBS to get the HD video. Normally it is an HD. I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, I agree, LSU 337. T-Bob does not deserve this. I agree, dude. 100%. It's one way to make an impact. T-Bob, man down. Okay, y'all relax. All right, when we get back, let's talk to Brody Miller of The Athletic here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $11,000 off MSRP plus 2.9% for 72 months on all new 2022 Ram Black Widow trucks in stock. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty and free delivery. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
Enter now for a chance to win a catch and cook fishing experience from the Louisiana Charter Boat Association with me, Chef Jay Ducote, winner of Beat Bobby Flay. Register now at gocatch.com. That's GEAUX catch.com.
My dad just really enjoyed his life, and he enjoyed smoking cigars and thought he was invincible. My stepdad quit smoking, and he really felt like he was in the clear. Sorry. I wish they would have been screened annually. It's not just you affect, it's your entire family.
For more information on Ochsner's free smoking cessation program and to see if you qualify for early lung screenings, visit ochsner.org/quit.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Want more customers? Running Boards Marketing can help you get their attention. Imagine your brand's message on a giant LED billboard truck that can't be skipped and is nearly impossible to ignore. Running Boards Marketing is the leader in effective and affordable advertising on digital mobile billboards, which are 2 times more effective than traditional billboards. With a 97% recall rate, you'll leave a lasting impression with your customers. Visit us online at runningboardsmarketing.com so we can drive your message to where the people are.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big V and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster.
Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Wednesday's Hump Day AFR presented by Pluckers. Final show before Thanksgiving. Russ Mitchell stops by. Take a closer look at the 49ers. Join us for Wednesday's AFR. 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back, OTB. Can't wait to watch Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Y'all, Danny just has the chat slandering my good O-lineman name. Absolutely pathetic. All right, let's go to the phone lines. We talked to one of my favorite people, my former podcasting partner in crime, the Context King, a man who will explain away anything with a light, condescending chuckle and advanced analytics, Mr. Brody Miller at Brody A. Miller on Twitter. Brody, what's going on, man? How you doing today?
The chuckle's condescending. The goal of that was to be kind of engaging. I got to rethink my whole life now, man.
Look, Rivers used to get mad at me all the time. I'm a big fan of the condescending laugh. When somebody's mad or you think they make an awful point, and instead of like coming out aggressively, you just laugh at them. It's the ultimate move to kind of put them on the back heel.
In an argument, yes, it's the best move.
Yes.
Because it's just like, oh, you think that? Yeah, that does work. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Now, Mario didn't have your mic open, so I don't know if you laughed just now, and that's what you're referencing. I did not hear that. I just mean in all of our days.
Condescendingly chuckle.
Okay. I just mean in all of our days podcasting, when I would say something that you clearly disagreed with, but didn't want to be like, no, that's wrong. It would always start with like a, and then, but here's why, context king, yada 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 yada.
This is just good film for me to study and kind of get back to the tape and try to get better each day. But I appreciate it.
Why? There's nothing wrong with that, Brody. It obviously works. You've been a very successful podcaster. What's going on, man? How's your Thanksgiving? What do you got? What's on the docket for the next couple of days?
This is a low. I mean, as you know, sometimes around here, I haven't been home for Thanksgiving like 6 years, man. But pretty low key Thanksgiving over here. Just me, the girlfriend, and her mom. Just kind of. We were gonna go to. Man, there's this incredible Asian fusion place in New Orleans called Mr. Mao, and we were gonna go, and they have this awesome Thanksgiving catered menu tomorrow, and it was like they have like a turkey tikka masala, like a blue crab shot. Like it was gonna be so fun and creative. Her mom did decide to cook, so we had to have a kind of a strange moment of like, oh, that's great, yeah. Like we're not bummed we don't get to try this at all, but yeah, her mom's an incredible cook. So
you laughed a little bit when she told you. You're like, oh yeah, okay, awesome,
that's cool.
Yeah, very, very. I'm so glad. Yeah, you got my Mr. Mouth watering after that. I am very hungry.
I recommend it. Let's go to Mr. Mouth sometime, man.
Brody, where do you stand on planes, trains, and automobiles?
I think it's great.
Yeah.
I haven't revisited in a few years, and you bringing that up made me start to think, like, what are the Thanksgiving movies? Obviously, that's one.
Yeah.
But I can't think of that many that are, like, clearly Thanksgiving movies, and I need
Somebody said, and I can understand it, even though it's not really explicitly in the movie. Somebody said Fantastic Mr. Fox. And I'm like, okay.
That works.
Yeah.
That fits. There's just a warmth. There's just a fall vibe.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I would agree with that. I'm gonna watch that tomorrow.
I agree.
Yeah, we need to start looking into this.
I'm gonna show my kids Fantastic Mr. Fox, one of my favorite. If you've never seen it, one of the best animated movies I think that's ever been made. But yeah, the entire palette just feels like
Good
Thanksgiving. Okay, Brody. So real quick on LSU football, and I'm sure we'll meander around elsewhere as well. But I've come to a pretty fascinating realization this week. And it is that this year has obviously been incredible. We talked about it. The most fun part is always the rise before expectations. And ever since they won the West, we've kind of been saying, it's all land yet. But that's not entirely true because of Texas A&M, right? Like, if you lose to Texas A&M, people will be very upset. And it won't matter that you're going to Atlanta or anything else like that. If you lose to Texas A&M, you will erase a ton of the goodwill that you have built up over the season. However, the flip side of that, Brody, if you beat Texas A&M, then literally nothing else matters. Like, people won't care about the SEC. They won't care even if you make it to the playoff, if you do anything there. Now they'll probably want to win the bowl game or whatever. But to me, in a weird way, this Texas A&M game is kind of massive considering it's a 1-6 in the SEC A&M team.
No, I think you're definitely onto something there. And I hadn't really thought of it that way until now. But yeah, everything else has been lanyard. Everything else has been man, they're really doing this. And this is, in a way, the first game really where it's no, you're seeing the shift that we talked about last week. You're seeing the shift from this is all fun to you need to do this because I think you're absolutely right. Just one, considering the unprecedented dumpster fire, just bizarreness of A&M right now. There really, Alex Kirshner did a good piece on it, but there really isn't a comp for that exact situation where you are that talented and that historically bad. And combined with being a rival, and it's a different kind of rival, right? It's not just your classic LSU Florida, LSU Auburn, whatever. It's a different thing of a just kind of I hate you-ness, but it's not a historical. It's just you're the worst, you know? And it's like, it's kind of that thing of the rivalry where you don't think about them as much as they might think about you. But like, if you lose, it's just embarrassing. And this is the ultimate example of that because they are such a mess. And if you lose this, and I normally don't ever think this way, it kind of does feel like it negates all this growth a little bit, just in the PR perception. Like not in reality, of course not, but in the PR perception, it'll feel like, so I guess like maybe the SEC is just down. Maybe like this is just a weird year. And I think there's a lot of truth to that. And while if you win, it's like, wow, this team really evolved. They can just take care of business in the games they're supposed to win on the road in the SEC and all that stuff. And that's really the level A&M's been trying to get to, and LSU's been trying to get to for so long. So, yeah, I think that's a really good point.
Well, I mean, think about it, right? The same way that beating A&M last year was the salve on like a really bad season. Like you don't want to allow them that same opportunity. Brody, did I see this correctly? I don't know how locked in you are to the A&M news cycle. Is A-Chain playing this weekend?
I believe I'm not like in the no. I think A-Chain and Stewart are looking like they're playing this week, which obviously those are two game-changing players. I mean, those are honestly two of the best offensive players in college football, as much of a mess as this offense is. So, yeah, that really changes. They were a mess before they went out, to be clear, so I don't think that, like, changes my view of the spread or anything. But those are two guys you absolutely have to completely game plan around. I mean, A-Chain's a stud, but Stewart's just kind of a different breed, and you got to figure out how to kind of eliminate him.
Am I crazy for still feeling some sort of, I mean, I hesitate to use the word fear, but like every single week this year, I'm like, I don't know, man, maybe this is it. Like maybe this is where A&M finally like rounds the corner, gets it right. Like I feel like all it takes is you coming in half-stepping and them just finally kind of all the stars aligning and them just clicking for 3 hours on one random Saturday afternoon.
No, I honestly don't think you're wrong for that at all, right? And again, I think we talked about this last week. What I'm about to say is the compliment. Like, this is the best part. LSU is not that good of a team. And I think most fans kind of operate that way, too. Like, I don't know many fans who are like, LSU would make a real run in the playoff. Like, I don't know anyone who's really, like, on that.
Yeah.
They want to get in it. That'd be awesome. But no one's like, man, us versus Georgia got this. So this isn't that good of a team, and that's why it's such a great journey. That's why it's like so impressive for the future of LSU that Brian Kelly's doing this and making this work and makeshifting and just putting the pieces together. But they're not that good. You saw that so many times this year. Auburn, Arkansas, pick your week. And I think there's a complete validity to the fear that, like, hey, you might slip up because you almost saw you slip up against Arkansas, and it's a road game. This is, to your exact point, the last 2 years with the A&M game, A&M's been a heavy favorite, and LSU just found ways to muck it up, and they almost won in 2020 with maybe the worst offensive college football game I've watched, at least in the SEC. It was some Iowa energy. That game was historically bad. Yeah. And 2021, obviously, pulling off the upset with Jerry Jenkins' catch. So it's like, one, there's the history there, but two, and I hate saying this, but like, they are that talented. A&M is that talented. So, like, you never know if it's just going to be the week that the Connor Wegman and these guys just pop off. And I think I finally, like, gone over the hump of being like, no, you can't play that game anymore. They just are bad. But still, like, that fear is going to be in your mind. LSU isn't some perfect thing. They just knows how to go win games 42-7 each week. So the fear is valid.
Brody, how are you enjoying the World Cup?
Dude, I'm in heaven. I've been, unfortunately, like, swamped. So I haven't been able to, like, truly be – I've been working a lot through it. But, man, this is my Super Bowl. This is – oh, my God. Wait, while we were talking, Japan just took the lead on Germany. So, yes, what a perfect time. Oh, my goodness.
Mario has what a goal. What a finish, dude. So, Mario is freaking out right behind the glass. Him and Danny put bets on the Japan money line before the game. Mario, the entire show, has been yelling at Danny about, like, why did we do this? Why did we do this? And I've been yelling at Mario about, you made a 7-1 bet. Like, you're not going to win. Like, you can't get mad when it doesn't hit. And look at me. Now I'm the a-hole. Japan with the 2-1 lead.
That was kind of spoilers, Brody, but we'll take it.
Oh, my God, dude.
I'm on plus 1.5, so I'm firmly with you, boys. I'm on the spread. But wow, that is fantastic.
God, dude.
I mean, dude, it's been coming for like 30 minutes. They've taken over the last 30. But yeah, I am in heaven, man. This has been like, I've been waking up. I have a dog that's kind of sick right now, so I've been waking up at like 4 a.m. some of these days and like watching with the dog. this is everything for me.
Well, Brody, we hope that you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Enjoy your partner's mom's dinner or Thanksgiving meal, I believe is what you said. Enjoy the World Cup. I hope your pupper feels better. And, we will talk to you later, man. Thank you.
Thanks, buddy. Take care.
Happy Thanksgiving, man. Wow, Mario, how about it, dude? How we feeling, boys?
Asano for president, man. Hell yeah.
You're welcome, Mario.
Yeah.
Still got 6 minutes. Still got 6 minutes plus stoppage time. Let's chill.
Exactly. Plus stoppage time.
That was a bad crap.
All right, when we get back, hey, but you can't get you down right now, dude.
No.
No voice crack get you down right now. When we get back, let's close out hour number 2, and then we're going to start hour 3 talking a little USC Notre Dame with my guy Chris Trevino. Keep it locked here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
I want you to get Gordon and get it done. Happy Thanksgiving from your friends over there at Gordon McKernan Injury Attorney. Remember, it is the holiday season, and every single year, Gordon gives away bicycles, that is, to those in need across the state of Louisiana, giving away almost 500 bikes to people throughout the state. If you want to get involved, you can go to GordonGives.com where you can register. GordonGives.com. Registration's open today through December 12th. You can also follow at Get Gordon on Facebook and Instagram. And be on the lookout, y'all. The heroes of the Alabama game, your guy Jaden Daniels and Mason Taylor, both recently signed to the G team. Well, you may be seeing them on some of these commercials coming up here pretty soon. So, happy Thanksgiving. Stay safe out there. Remember, if you ever do need any injury attorney needs, get it done with Gordon.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luber for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Louisiana. It's a place defined by culture, by pride, by passion, by people who do more than love this place. They celebrate it, elevate it, champion it. They are the individuals who embody what makes Louisiana great. The companies that make Louisiana a better place to work and live. The nonprofits leading transformational change in our communities. Champions of Louisiana are all around us, and LWCC is proud to celebrate them because we've always been Louisiana loyal, supporting the workers, the innovators, the change agents of this great place we call home. Who are the champions around you? Together, we can share their stories. Together, we can help our home state thrive. Together, we are Louisiana loyal. Always.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
I'm Jay Ducote. I grew up learning how to cook at LSU tailgate parties and right in my own backyard. And I created JD's Louisiana products to bring that Louisiana flavor to you at home for your backyard cookout. JD's Louisiana barbecue sauce, Louisiana molasses mustard, spicy and sweet barbecue rub, and more are available at
Join me, Jimmy Ott, for Game Time, live from Snow's Seafood and Steak, Airline Highway at Highway 74 in Gonzales. 6 to 8 p.m. Wednesday. Got a bunch of guests giving out picks. Game Time on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What's happening, y'all? Survive says, dude, classic Peanuts banger. Hey, man. You know who this is? My boy, VG of the VGT, the Vince Guaraldi Trio. It's all I've been listening to for the past couple of weeks. Vince Guaraldi Trio best of playlist on Spotify is a top G playlist, okay? I've been taking a lot of Andrew Tate Hustler classes, Danny, on your recommendation. And yeah, it's a definite top G playlist. Please, nobody believe that, okay? I hate Andrew Tate. Danny probably loves Andrew Tate. Danny, are you enrolled in the Hustlers University?
No.
Are you, Danny? Look at me in the eye. Are you enrolled in Hustlers University?
No, I'm on my own university.
You were talking about Sigma males the other day.
Yeah.
Are you sure that you're not going around watching Andrew Tate TikToks and yelling at women?
I
a
think
little hesitant, as you saw it. Yeah, Mario nodded his head. He heard it.
I'll tell you in the break about him.
Oh, okay. You got an Andrew Tate conspiracy theory?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm into it. I'm there. Eric asked me my favorite plane, trains, and automobile scene. I find all of Candy's antics on the plane just absolutely astounding. I mean, the old my dogs are barking line, I don't know why. It makes me laugh so hard. Him taking his shoes off on the plane. Certainly when they're cuddling together in the bed. And what's he say? Like, are those your keys in your pocket or something? That's excellent. And then really, I mean, the incredibly touching scene at the end. I think it's a masterclass of acting from John Candy, who really infuses a lot of heart and emotion into that movie. I cannot wait to watch it.
I showed you that picture of that guy behind me in a plane. Literally took his shoe off and stuck it literally on top of me. It was the weirdest thing ever. I didn't want to talk about it.
It's so awkward, dude. Now he at least left his socks on though, right?
Yes, left his sock on.
But still, you really shouldn't stick your foot in somebody else's space like that anyway.
Yeah.
It gets especially odd when you've gone the further step of taking your shoe off. It makes no sense. My number says reading the porn paperback is pretty funny. That's true. How are we feeling, Mari, about surviving 7 minutes of stoppage time? 5 minutes left.
Pretty good, man. Japan's got it going on right now. Their fans are chanting. They actually are holding the ball on Germany's side of the field, so feeling pretty good.
Counter time. Watch out, boys. Mario went from every break berating Danny to this last break being like, how could you not love the World Cup?
How could you not?
You're like Aaron Rodgers after that game-winning drive. How can you not be romantic about the game of football? Yeah. My problem is I don't know if your enjoyment is objective or just because you had a big play that okay.
I hate y'all.
Surviving, Mario. Money lines at play.
It is. I need this to come through too. Haven't had a good week.
Carly Woodard, the movie is Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. It is an excellent Thanksgiving movie. People have been putting together a pretty nice list. I think you agree with Daniel Basham when he says he feels like Knives Out is appropriate for Thanksgiving. I can get down with that. It's not really like actually, is that new Knives Out? Did that come out?
I don't think so.
Not yet?
Yeah.
Is it coming out on Netflix or is Netflix releasing it in theaters? Do you know?
I don't know.
Okay, we can do some checking during the break. When we get back, Next hour, we got Chris Trevino coming up, talk some USC Notre Dame. We got Chris Lowe coming up at 9:30, talk some college football. We got Would You Rather Wednesday. Be a fun hour here on OTB. Keep it locked.
It is out.
It is out.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Bayou Ford has the new inventory to get you in a new Ford truck or SUV today, or customize your next vehicle just the way you want it. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you were born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big D and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Want more customers? Running Boards Marketing can help you get their attention. Imagine your brand's message on a giant LED billboard truck that can't be skipped and is nearly impossible to ignore. Running Boards Marketing is the leader in effective and affordable advertising on digital mobile billboards, which are 2 times more effective than traditional billboards. With a 97% recall rate, you'll leave a lasting impression with your customers. Visit us online at runningboardsmarketing.com so we can drive your message to where the people are.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Light beer shouldn't taste like water. Miller Lite has more taste and only 96 calories. It's Miller time.
Good morning, everybody. It is 9 a.m. on Wednesday, November 23rd. Your government taco forecast in Baton Rouge. Expect sunny skies with a high of 76. Coming up on OTBOT, Chris Trevino of 24/7 Sports joins the show up next, and we talk more college football with Chris Lowe of ESPN at 9:30. You can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. OTBOT, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back to OTB, hour number 3. Right now, it is my pleasure to talk a little USC. My guy, Chris Trevino. So I met Trevino through Snaps, where we had him on our Volume Sports show with me and Aaron Murray, which y'all should all definitely check out. Sub to the pod, rate to review it, share it with your friends. No Snaps today or tomorrow, but we'll be back on Friday. But we talked to Trevino very early this year as USC was just a twinkle in everyone's eye, right? A twinkle of potential, but nobody had any real idea about how this year was going to play out. Now, Lincoln Riley, Caleb Williams, and year number 1 have the USC Trojans, number 6 in the college football playoff, 10-1 already at 10 wins. Nice win over UCLA. The only loss by 1 point to Utah at Utah on a 2-point conversion. It's been a hell of a year for the Trojans, but it's not done yet. They got Notre Dame this weekend, and they got a big Pac-12 championship game, and there's many topics to get to therein, including ones that involve LSU. Right now, though, let's welcome in. He's at Chris N. Trevino on Twitter. Chris, what's going on, man? Thanks so much for joining us.
T-Bob, my guy. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, man. And I told the story of the 10K tattoo, still the realest in the business, but it looks like business is good because we're up to 16K, Chris. We're rolling right along. And I do want to start there, right? I love a good temperature check from local guys. Like, I'm a local guy here in Baton Rouge, right? I'm not quite a beat writer, but in many ways I guess I could be like a beat radio man, if that, or like, I don't know. Like, we exist in the same space, right? You cover USC, cover recruiting for 247 Sports. What has this year, this rise been like after, the better part of a decade of frustration for Trojan fans?
Man, it's been something. It's been crazy. It's been fun. It's been just all these different emotions are coming through for USC fans after so much disappointment and heartbreak and frustration of the Clay Helton era. To have it all come together so quickly in year 1. We talked earlier about how the expectations for the season were super high and there was a lot of potential for the season, but I don't think anyone expected, 10-1 firmly in the discussion for a college football playoff appearance. You're in the Pac-12 championship in 2 weeks. You have a chance to put some major stamps on your resume for that college football playoff committee. And, we talked about it, how it would be insane if they made it the college football playoff year 1 after winning 4 games. That's 4 games in 2021. But here we are talking about it. It's a real world possibility. They can reach up and grab it. And the fans have been going crazy over this. There's a lot of debate about, hey, the defense isn't that great, but just enjoy the win. And other people are going off about how this defense needs to be better. We might play Georgia in 4 weeks or something like that. So it's just been all this range of crazy emotions, and it's been fun to monitor and see on Twitter and social media and our message boards. It's just been a roller coaster, and I'm excited to see where it goes next. I have no idea where it's going to go next, T-Bob.
Yeah, look, there's a lot of football left to be played and a lot of important football for USC, certainly. Look, I am a believer. Now, I've heard this disputed. I know many who agree, and I know many who disagree. I am a believer that USC controls their destiny no matter what. With the rise of Notre Dame, a win this weekend would be massive. Oregon's back in the top 10. So, like, a win there, you're a Pac-12 champion. I think even I am a believer that even if everything happened like TCU won out and LSU still somehow beat Georgia in the SEC championship, I think that USC would jump LSU and get into that playoff. Do you think that is the case? I'm sure there's some frustration from Trojan fans seeing a one-loss USC ranked behind a two-loss LSU this week.
Yeah, lots of frustration there. But, in the grand scheme of things, in the end, as you said, I think USC does control its own destiny. Don't worry about what the rankings are this week or next week. If USC goes out and takes care of business, as you just mentioned, if they take down a ranked Notre Dame team and then they handle business in the Pac-12 championship, I don't see how you can leave out a one-loss conference championship, one-loss conference champion in USC out of the playoff. I mean, they have a great resume at that point with 3 consecutive wins over ranked teams. You have maybe the best loss in the country in a 1-point loss to Utah on the road in a game which you held the lead for every minute except for the final 2. So great loss there. So you have all these things. And then given the added bonus of USC's brand and Lincoln Riley, I think that carries a little bit of cachet. People want to see USC back on the national level like that. And then also, let's not forget the possibility of USC having a Heisman winner in Caleb Williams back there at quarterback. There's so many things that help the resume and boost USC's resume. I don't see how you leave them out if they're sitting there at 12-1 and a conference champion with a bunch of ranked wins and so much good things happening for them in this moment. So, yeah, I think if they just handle business, they'll be in there, which is like a wild thing to think about.
I mean, yes, it is. It is beyond. It defies expectation that Lincoln Riley could come in here and do this quickly. It also has to terrify Oklahoma fans as they watch Brent Venables and that program fall apart. Seeing that, forever the trash that we talked, it looks like Lincoln was doing a little bit more of the heavy lifting than we gave credit for. But look, it's got to start this weekend with Notre Dame. And Notre Dame, what an interesting year it's been here, Chris, because early on, obviously some major gaffes, right? Even kind of through the middle of the season, losing to Stanford at home, 16-14, a bad Stanford team. But since that game, they kind of said, you know what? Screw it. We're committing to the run. They start running the ball 40, 50 times a game. And since then, they've been really good, right? They beat UNLV 44-21 and Syracuse 41-24. They dominate Clemson. They had a battle against Navy, but they dominate BC. Like, this is a Notre Dame team that seems to have figured something out, and it comes with just controlling the game through the ground. Can USC's defense come up? Because, I imagine that's exactly what Notre Dame, they want to control USC's offense by controlling the game offensively through the run game. Can USC's defense do enough to allow Caleb Williams and the offense to win this game?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the signs that point to USC being able to do that are last week and USC stopping a very, very good running back in Zach Charbonnet. I mean, that guy was running all over defenses. He had something like 6 consecutive games with at least 100 yards. The last 4 have been over 150. And going into this game, he must have been licking his chops looking at that USC run defense that was just getting gashed by anyone who stepped back there. But to hold him to 95 yards, I mean, I was not expecting them to do that well against Zach Charbonnet. So credit to Alex Grinch and that defense and that defensive front for making the adjustments and making the tweaks to limit him. So if they have a similar performance against this Notre Dame rushing attack, yeah, I think it's off to the races for them in terms of controlling that game. And you're right. They want to keep the ball out of Caleb Williams' hands, limit those possessions for Lincoln Riley in that offense. So they're going to try to run the ball. They have a very good offensive line. It's a typical Notre Dame pound the running game kind of deal. So, yeah, that's a big test for this defense. But based on what they did against Charbonnet, I do have a lot more faith in them being able to shut down their running attack, shutting down those running backs and giving the ball to Caleb Williams and letting him make those plays. And again, they don't need to be like elite level Georgia defense. They just need enough stops to get the ball back to Lincoln Riley. That's all they really need to do. You don't need them to shut them down for 3 quarters or anything like that. You just need a couple stops here and there, a couple turnovers, and the offense will do the rest.
Is there a more underrated or maybe under-talked about group this year than the USC offensive line? Now, to be fair, I haven't watched as much SC film as of late, but early on when I was really trying to figure them out, I was pretty blown away with how good the offensive line was playing. They're all upperclassmen. How do you feel about SC up front offensively?
I really like USC up front offensively, and I think that's something that I was really hitting on going into the season because there was this, not rumor, but mischaracterization that USC's offensive line was bad last year, and that's not the case. They were actually one of the bright spots of a team that was really, really bad, thanks to the coaching there. But they've taken the next step forward, and they've been a really, really good offensive line, arguably the best in the Pac-12, up there with Oregon. And they've had to do some shuffling. They've had some injuries. Justin Dietich, one of their starting left guards, went down for a little bit. Their starting other guard, their All-American candidate, Andrew Voorhees, he missed the game with time. And their left tackle spot has been a bit of a rotation with Bobby Haskins and the young redshirt freshman Mason Murphy.
Yeah.
So they've been pulling guys in and out, and depth was a big issue for them going into the season. But lo and behold, they've been holding up pretty well despite having to play guys on the back end on that depth chart. And they're doing a really good job of holding it all together. They are banged up in some spots, I'll be honest. So you're hoping that they can get through this last stretch of 2 weeks, get some rest before whatever happens, whether it's a Rose Bowl or a Peach Bowl or whatever they're playing in the postseason. You hope they can hold up the next 2 weeks to get some rest going. But for the most part, the veteran group is doing what we expect them to do, and that's playing at a high level.
Chris, so it sounds like you expect SC to get the win this weekend then.
Oh, I mean, yes, I do expect them to get the win. Yeah, I would say so. I mean, it's just going to be come down to, for me, is Notre Dame's defense against this offense. And this is good on good. USC's offense playing a high level, Notre Dame's defense playing at a high level, haven't allowed a offense to go over 400 yards on them. Statistically, the best defense they're going to face, but, I can't pick against Caleb Williams at this point. He's red hot. He is surging for that Heisman, and I got to go with him at home in a game that means a lot for this team.
Chris Trevino at Chris in Trevino on Twitter, USC writer for 247 Sports. Chris, thanks so much for giving us some West Coast insight. Best of luck. I know I will be watching Saturday night. I cannot wait. Thank you, Chris.
No problem, T-Bob. Thanks for having me on.
Hi, take it easy, man. You can follow Chris again on Twitter at Chris in Trevino, a real one. Somebody in the chat was like, he said nothing critical about USC. He's nothing but a fan of his team. Well, I mean, that's not true. He did talk about how the defense has been bad. But, I mean, do you remember how people talked in 2019 about LSU? Even beat writers and journalists and everything. And, look, if a team goes from what USC was last year to 10-1 with a clear path to the playoff and maybe the Heisman Trophy winner at quarterback, I don't think it's crazy to think that there's not going to be a lot of stuff to be overly negative about. I mean, this has been a meteoric, unprecedented, and transfer portal-fueled rise out of the Trojans this year. But we've got 2 more games left. 2 more games left. I still don't trust that defense to get both of these wins. I think they drop one. I think it's probably the Pac-12 championship, but I could certainly see it be Notre Dame. All right, when we get back here on OTB, let's do a little Would You Rather Wednesday.
OTB, OT.
Happy Thanksgiving from your friends at Riverlands Insurance. Shout out to Thomas and Megan Email, who are going to get your insurance situation right. Save you some money this year. If you, look, the insurance is interesting, right? Because I think ideally we all like it to just exist in the background, right? I don't want to have to overthink it. I don't want to be stressed about it. I just want to know that I have coverage, so I have peace of mind, and I want to know that I'm not overpaying for that peace of mind. Only sometimes we do. Like when it comes to your home insurance, you may not even realize that it's rolled into your mortgage. You may not realize what you are actually paying. Well, that's where Riverlands and Thomas and Megan Email comes in. You get in touch with them, 225-206-1517, and you get them a couple pieces of information, right? And next thing you know, they do the shopping, and they help to, well, save you money. I mean, we're talking hundreds, maybe even thousands of dollars of saving. Happy Thanksgiving from Riverlands Insurance.
Professional golfers John Peterson and JJ Colleen answer all your golf and life questions inside the new Drop Biscuit Studios podcast for the people. Download or subscribe today at dropbiscuit.com.
Want more customers? Running Boards Marketing can help you get their attention. Imagine your brand's message on a giant LED billboard truck that can't be skipped and is nearly impossible to ignore. Running Boards Marketing is the leader in effective and affordable advertising on digital mobile billboards, which are 2 times more effective than traditional billboards. With a 97% recall rate, you'll leave a lasting impression with your customers. Visit us online at runningboardsmarketing.com so we can drive your message to where the people are.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Louisiana. It's a place defined by culture, by pride, by passion, by people who do more than love this place. They celebrate it, elevate it, champion it. They are the individuals who embody what makes Louisiana great. The companies that make Louisiana a better place to work and live. The nonprofits leading transformational change in our communities. Champions of Louisiana are all around us, and LWCC is proud to celebrate them because we've always been Louisiana loyal, supporting the workers, the innovators, the change agents of this great place we call home. Who are the champions around you? Together, we can share their stories. Together, we can help our home state thrive. Together, we are Louisiana loyal.
Quarterfinals in the Prep Football Playoffs, and we get started Friday night at 6 with Louisiana Prep Preview, presented by the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. Catholic High and Ed-A-Car kick off at 7, immediately followed by the Lake Urgent Care Total Occupational Medicine Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show on YouTube, Your View, and 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Santa baby slipped a Rolex under the tree for me. I've been an awful good guy, Santa buddy, and hurried down the chimney tonight.
OTB OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Steel blue. I'll wait up for you, do.
I mean, look, Santa Baby's a great song, and I love Michael Bublé, but I don't know. Whatever.
I didn't add that to the playlist.
It's not. I'm just saying.
I don't.
It's an interesting twist in it, and that's.
Let's call Hester.
I like the classic Santa Baby. That's generally the one that I like. Let's do a little Would You Rather Wednesday.
Here they come, yo. Here they come. Here they come. This or that. 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 This.
Okay, which would you rather be?
Now, what superpower would you rather have?
The question is, would you rather date the blind or the deaf?
Would you rather drown or be burned alive?
Would you rather be overpaid or underrated?
Rather you just said thank you and went on your way.
Would you rather no one get any of the dish you bring or drop your perfect plate of food on the ground? I'm not dropping my perfect plate of food on the ground, so I don't care if no one eats any of my food. Would you rather mashed potatoes or rice as your Thanksgiving side?
Mashed potatoes, what?
Yeah.
Or rice?
Yeah, I mean, I love rice. Don't get me wrong, but like tasty, buttery, salty mashed potatoes with gravy?
Especially beside turkey on Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
Like, what are we doing?
What are we talking about here? I agree. Danny, do you agree?
Yeah.
Would you rather spend the holidays with your family or 3 celebrities of your choice? I know Danny's answer.
I mean, the celebrities, right? It's just this year.
Oh,
I would
okay.
easily sacrifice a year of my family to go hang out with whoever.
Okay, hell yeah.
That goes against Marl's.
I am
I don't have.
No, 100%. No, I think I'm with Danny. 100%. I thought Danny was definitely going to say celebrity, and I thought you were definitely going to take some like hardline stance against celebrity culture, and that this is the time for family. I am shocked.
It would be celebrities that I respect. We're not out here hanging out with Bad Barbie.
Not Cardi B.
Or Cardi B. The Florida student session was dancing to one of Cardi B's songs, and it was cringe. Maybe we could play that later.
Pathetic. Pull the funding from the school.
Yes.
Okay, so celebrities, Danny. Celebrities.
Yeah.
Who would you hang out with? Do y'all know? Just give me one. You don't have to give me 3. Give me one.
Joe Burrow. Why not?
Okay, cool.
Reminisce.
I'm not going sports figures. I'm going Larry David.
You're going Palace. Oh, okay.
Uh,
Certainly Chris
I was
Nolan.
thinking about going the girls route, but like it's Thanksgiving.
Yeah. No, certainly Chris Nolan, right? He's going to be in your 3? Really?
I'm thinking about like funny people.
Oh, okay.
The president of the
Can we bring
Japan.
back people from the dead?
No. We're going to go live. We're going to go live celebrity.
President of Japan Soccer Federation.
Yes, Mario. Somebody said it. Your intro to hour 3, they were like, you can hear in Mario's voice that Japan just won him the money line. Yeah. I'd do family, but that's just because I have kids now. If I didn't have kids, I would not have answered family ever.
Jay-Z would be on the list.
God, what? It's so intense to talk to Jay-Z, I feel like, dude. I just don't know what we would talk about. He's a billionaire. He's created this like business empire.
Mario just said like the worst answers
The Nets.
for this question.
He owns the Nets.
Yeah.
Talk about
that's
that.
true. You're like, how about Joe Tsai?
Sean Marks.
That Kyrie, he's something, huh?
I would choose Larry David and like 2 other comedians.
Jack Black?
Yeah, Jack Black. Yeah, he could join.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Would
Wait,
you rather?
You'd answer.
Family. I went with family. If I was gonna do celebrities, it's because I have kids. If I didn't have kids, I wouldn't say family. I'm not even lying. Like I don't want to miss a Thanksgiving with my kids to hang out with celebrities. Even though I would definitely go Jack Black. Man, I wish Chris Farley was still alive.
That's what I was saying. I was thinking of him.
I would go Jack Black. I would 100% go Peter Jackson. Like there is no world in which I could not have a meal with Peter Jackson. He's also very funny, and I would love to see Jack Black and Peter Jackson at a table chopping it up together. And I'd have to think on the third. Nobody jumps to mind immediately. Would you rather find a short, black, and curly hair in the bite of stuffing you just took, or have the conversation go political over dinner? Hashtag Thanksgiving magic.
Give me the hair. It happens. Pull it out.
Easily.
Eat it. Don't be a wuss.
Easily give me the hair. I don't even care if I eat the hair. Like it doesn't matter. It's just gonna go into your body and you're never gonna think twice about it. I do not. I've seen it go on a ride too many times in my own family. I do not want to have politics brought up, dude. And I don't think it should happen this year. I'm feeling pretty good about my chances this year, but we will see.
What about like a small bug like a cockroach?
No, then I'd go politics. I don't want to find a cockroach in the food. That's nasty. That's a step too far.
Yeah, agreed.
When I was in high school, I got awoken. I was sleeping at night, and I awoke with a cockroach on my face.
Oh my god!
It was awful. That was a bad
Was
feeling.
it a flying cockroach?
I don't think
Those
so.
are the worst.
I don't know that I was aware that cockroaches fly.
They have some that fly.
La
It's like
cucaracha fly?
I've seen. You've seen some?
Yeah, it's on the wall one moment, and the next it's flying. It's scary as hell.
La cucaracha fly?
Yeah.
What?
La cucaracha puede volar, sí.
Puede volar, sí? Oh, no, puede volar.
Puede volar. It can fly. You actually said it right. Good job.
Would you rather? Where's the next one? Have a job untangling Christmas lights or be a mall Santa?
Wait, what lights?
Untangling, like your entire job is untangling Christmas lights, or you're a mall Santa.
Easily mall Santa.
Easily mall Santa, dude. I mean, not even close, dude. At least then you're talking to people. It's dynamic. You're like performing a bit. Untangling Christmas lights is the type of menial labor that would cause your brain to bleed out of your ears.
Yeah, you're bringing joy to kids. That'll make you feel good. You'll probably get hooked up in the food court. Definitely Santa.
Oh my.
Yeah.
What? You probably would.
Of course you would think about that.
I mean, no, Mario is 100% right. It's just funny because I'm with Danny. That is not where my head went. Even though I do love the scene in Bad Santa when he's just slamming that salad in the food court so hungover. And the kid walks out, dude, I'm Santa Claus. He's like, I'm on my break, kid. That's a great movie, dude. That is a great movie. I didn't see the second one. I heard it sucks. Oh, George Lucas. That's true. I'd probably go Peter Jackson, George Lucas, and Jack Black. Would you rather pot stickers or egg rolls?
Egg rolls. I love a good egg roll.
This is so tough for me because I love both of these things so deep down. Like, I love them. But I think in the end, I'm going egg roll as well. There's just too many delicious elements in a good, like, pork egg roll or a good, yeah, I'm going egg roll.
Egg roll.
And, I mean, I love a boudin egg roll. Boudin egg roll is one of the tastiest creations, fat bar food creations that's ever been made.
See, very intrigued. I'll try it.
Oh, you never had boudin egg roll?
No, that sounds delicious, though.
Would you rather a full body massage from Ed Ogeron or wear Bama gear for a weekend?
Full body massage.
Dude, full body massage. You ain't catch me dead in Bama gear. And like, why am I going to say no to a body massage?
Yeah.
Coach O's probably got really strong hands as well. We could ask him, like Mario was saying, like you could ask him like all cool questions about like, you know, what's going on, like what was it like and everything. So hell yeah, dude.
I put on a red, I was trying to put on a red Pelican shirt at my girlfriend's place the other day, and I realized it was an Alabama shirt that I put on, and I've never taken off a shirt so fast.
Disgusting. Disgusting. Would you rather have to be around the Aggies for Thanksgiving or walk over Legos barefoot? I would actually rather be around the Aggies this year because this is the year to do it, right? Like you can clown them so hard for everything that has happened this year. And plus, I'm not doing that to my feet. That sounds awful.
Yeah, Legos under their feet are like worst pains in the
awful.
world.
Some of the worst, like legitimately, yes.
Agreed.
Would you rather volunteer to make 1,000 Christmas cookies or decorate 1,000 Christmas trees?
Probably the cookies.
Easily the cookies. I like baking. Baking's fun. Decorating trees is fun for one. I would lose my mind by the time I'm having to string up lights and garland or whatever on like tree 732.
But you'd also get annoyed with cookies, I feel like, as well.
Yeah, but it's a lesser of two evils. I'm not saying either is going to be great, but I like baking way more than doing trees. All right, last one here. Yeah, Bilbo's right. Oliver Twist, the short rib egg roll, fantastic. Oh my God, my eyes. God, I'm getting old, boys. I've never had vision problems before. I was going to say, Danny, you wear glasses, but you don't. You're busting wear blue light glasses that are fake just to look
They
at
protect my eyes.
just to get the glasses aesthetic. Yeah, I probably should wear blue light glasses. All right, let's go to break. When we get back, we'll talk to Chris Lowe of ESPN. CeeLo, who did some reporting on Lane Kiffin this morning. Keep it locked, OTB.
OTB, OT.
Go to ITI Technical College, iticollege.edu, iticollege.edu. Change your life for the better. If you want a career, maybe you're in a job right now, you want a career, well, give thanks on this Thanksgiving because I have the play for you. ITI Technical College is right here off of Airline Highway. It's a local family-owned trade school that's been here for 50 years, changing lives for 50 years in just 2 years. Whether you're taking day or night classes, it's 4 days a week, no classes on Friday. So you can do it around whatever your schedule is, full-time employment, whatever. You get that AOS degree. And not only with all of their excellent facilities and faculty members, which have to have at least 4 years of real-world experience in those jobs, not only do you get to train in these great facilities from people who have done it to get you ready for Louisiana-relevant jobs, but they can actually assist you in getting these jobs once you graduate. So the time to act is now. Happy Thanksgiving from your friends at ITI.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
At Corvette Toyota in Opelousas, we're happy to say we have vehicles in stock and more coming in at no markup. Don't pay over MSRP. Come on down to Corvette Toyota and pick out your new Toyota today. That's Corvette Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
I'm Jay Ducote. I grew up learning how to cook at LSU tailgate parties and right in my own backyard. And I created JD's Louisiana products to bring that Louisiana flavor to you at home for your backyard cookout. JD's Louisiana barbecue sauce, Louisiana molasses mustard, spicy and sweet barbecue rub, and more are available at your local supermarkets or by logging on to jducote.com/shop. Put in promo code CST for 25% off at checkout.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you were born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Le posso offrire un caffè? Andiamo insieme da me, non c'è.
Join us for a Wednesday edition of Hunt and Hill. Luke Johnson a day early. Travis Brown from the Bryan College Station Eagle talking Aggies. SEC Power Rankings, best win, worst loss. We're loaded on a Wednesday. Hunt and Hill, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
OTB OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Off the Bench. Right now, it is my pleasure. Talk to my guy, Chris Lowe at CLowe ESPN. On Twitter, of course, ESPN senior writer covering college football. And, well, Chris has an excellent piece up that I read this morning. First thing I did when I woke up on Lane Kiffin meeting with his players. And I think there's some very interesting wording in how this went down. But let's welcome CeeLo and he give you the story as he heard it. He wrote about it. Chris, what's going on, man? Thank you so much for joining us here on this penultimate Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah, it's great. Like the Charlie Brown music, by the way, coming into the show. I like that. Sounds good.
You will not find a bigger Vince Guaraldi Trio fan than me, Chris. I have been listening for about a month now, constantly. And it's not just it's not just the Peanut stuff. The Peanut stuff is objectively awesome, though. Little Birdie is probably my favorite song out there right now. But this guy, I mean, his entire body of work, when he gets with this other guy, Bolasete, the work that they do together is fantastic. And then that led me down a whole Wikipedia hole of looking up Vince. They used to call him the Funk Master. Like, he is cool as hell. Had a great mustache back in the day as well. No longer with us. Rest in peace. But yeah, I love me some Guaraldi. Ole Miss fans love them some Lane Kiffin. Rumors abound. He's going to be gone on Friday. He meets with the team to try to keep them focused. But I couldn't help but notice, Chris, and I want to ask you how this verbiage came about, because in the article, say, quote, Lane Kiffin told his players Tuesday that he hasn't accepted a job at any other school. And they also go on to mention that no job has been offered. The problem is, reading between the lines, CeeLo, these are very obvious kind of non-committal phrasings here. Where is that coming from? That hasn't accepted a job. Is that directly what you heard from sources?
Yeah, well, I think what happened yesterday, T-Bob, is it had gotten out there to such a degree that he was gone, it was done, he'd agreed to it, that Lane felt like he owed it to his players. He was, parents of players were calling him that he at least needed to address in practice, and that, hey, no, I haven't accepted any job anywhere else. We got a big football game to play on Thursday. That's where all my focus is. But yeah, it's this time of year. It's all semantics. You know that. No one's gonna back themselves into a corner. I mean, you go back to the old Nick Saban. I am not going to Alabama. I think most coaches have learned from that. I expect that Lane will be the coach at Auburn and have now for a while. But no, as far as jobs being offered and deals being agreed to, that's usually done right at the last second. Here's what I don't know this for sure, T-Bob, but with two big games being played this week, you got Ole Miss and Mississippi State tomorrow in the Egg Bowl, and you got the Iron Bowl on Saturday, Auburn, Alabama. I got a hard time believing that Auburn would announce or strike a deal, because if a deal is struck and agreed upon, in this day and age, it's going to get out there, right? It just doesn't hold. Do you think, as a former player playing in the SEC, that Auburn would do that to a former player, Cadillac Williams, and upstage him in that game before that game when Cadillac has come in and really sort of steadied the ship the way he has? I got to think that you're looking at Sunday before something's done, or Saturday or Monday. I mean, that's just sort of my feel, and I don't know. What do you think? I
mean, Sunday. So I hadn't really considered that. Sunday does make a lot of sense. I mean, I would almost answer your question with a question, Chris. Is that is the upstaging of Cadillac inevitable? You know what I mean? Like regardless of whether or not the job is announced, one of the main talking points during that Iron Bowl the entire time, especially if it gets out of hand, which I'll be interested, right? Maybe it doesn't, certainly. When you look at this Alabama team this year, but I feel like whether the job is officially accepted or not, there's going to be constant Lane talk and about the potential of the Auburn job and everything else. It kind of reminds me of, and it's not a one-to-one because Ed Ogeron was not a former LSU player, but it does kind of remind me of that Texas A&M game of 2017 when Edo was the interim LSU guy and the entire broadcast was basically talking about Tom Herman going to LSU, only for that deal to kind of blow up and fall apart, as I think Herman kind of used LSU to entice Texas to go ahead and make a move. So I think it's kind of inevitable that it's going to be a main talking point. And but you would certainly know far better than I the timing of this. The only thing that I am sure of at this time of year, Chris, is that Jimmy Sexton will win. Like, that is it. There are no absolute truths except that Jimmy Sexton will find ways to make even more money. That is the only fact that I feel completely comfortable saying.
Yeah, Jimmy's got quite the monopoly there on the SEC.
It's insane.
Look at all his coaches, and it's been that way for a while. It seems to grow a little bit every year, but no, this is Jimmy Sexton time, and nobody does it better than he does. But no, you're right. I see both ways of the timing of this. It's just with Cadillac being such a beloved former player. You come out on Friday and announce that because Auburn can't control the speculation. They can't control the talk about it on your show or on game day or on my show. But they can't control the timing of when they make a deal, strike a deal, and announce it. And that's, we'll see. And I see both sides of it. But no, to answer your question, I do think that barring some type of snag, that Lane will be the next head coach at Auburn. And I think it's been Lane and it's been Hugh Freeze really the whole way. That's not to say they haven't talked to other people, because I think they have. But I think it got down to those two. And I think at the end of the day, John Cohen, Auburn's athletic director, I think was pretty comfortable with both of those guys. And because both of them, they're different people, and I know them both, but both of them sort of check the boxes that I think Auburn was looking for. Offensive guys, big-time offensive minds, have recruited well in the SEC, have won in the SEC, understand the culture in the SEC, what it takes to be successful in that league. And I think, again, guys that sort of culturally fit. And that's, I think that those are the things more than anything that Auburn and John Cohen were looking for.
It's kind of crazy. So if this does indeed come to pass, where does Ole Miss go from here?
I don't know. I think Lane has made it a better job. But it's also been a job over the last last decade, where two different men have proven, ironically enough, two different men that were at the forefront of Auburn's coaching search, that you can win there at a high level. And I understand when he was there, they had NCAA issues, and when he left, he got fired. They were on probation. But, how many people have beat Nick Saban in back-to-back years?
Yeah.
Hugh did it. They win the Sugar Bowl in 2015 for the first time since 1970. Lane wins 10 games in the regular season last year for the first time in school history. So you've seen at Ole Miss that you can win. Now, people say, well, if that's the case, why would Lane go to Auburn? Well, I think he'd go to Auburn because over the last 10, 12 years, Auburn has played for a championship or won a championship, in that span. And you can name about 5 other schools that have done that: LSU, Bama, Georgia, Clemson, Ohio State. So coaches, as you know, T-Bob, they always look at it as the glass half full. They don't look at the empty part of the glass. Yeah, Auburn's been a dysfunctional mess at times. There's a lot of cooks in the kitchen, but it's also been a place that you can win at the highest level. And I think that's what coaches, and in this case, Lane would look at. But no, I think Ole Miss is an attractive job. They poured resources. Lane was making $7.5 million. They're getting ready to redo the Manning Center. So there's a lot of reasons, I think, and they'll get a lot of good coaching candidates. I mean, do you reach out to a Sonny Dykes? Jamie Chadwell at Coastal Carolina.
That's my guy. I think Chadwell, he brings scheme, right? He brings a great resume from that level. That seems like the perfect next step for Jamie Chadwell.
And you know what else? He brings that, like Lane, he sort of brings that niche offense. It's a little bit different.
Yes, exactly.
Than whatever else run. Because can Ole Miss consistently recruit the kind of people where you're going to line up and knock Georgia and Alabama and LSU off the ball? I don't think so. I think you got to do something a little bit different. Tempo, as you said, that niche offense. Why, if you're Ole Miss, do you not at least call Deion Sanders?
Yeah. No, certainly. Certainly. Prime will remain out there. I did see something interesting, Chris. I don't want to really speak on because I didn't dive too much into it, but somebody linked it to me, but basically about something about the Prime Academy and it kind of falling apart. Has some presidents and administrators worried about some of the red tape maybe there with Deion. But I don't know. I think Deion's going to be a great coach wherever he ends up for a lot of reasons. Chris Lowe at CLowe, ESPN senior writer. Chris, thank you so much for waking up with us here the day before Thanksgiving. I hope you and your family have a wonderful holiday season, man.
Same to you guys. It's always good catching up.
Absolutely. Take it easy, man. One of the best right there at CLowe, ESPN. I want to remind you to look, what did y'all just win money on?
Japan money line.
That's right. Where were you gambling?
DraftKings.
That's right. DraftKings Sportsbook app. Promo code Baton Rouge for great offers. DraftKings Sportsbook app. You can play anything, man. Right now, you got NBA, NHL, NFL, college football, World Cup. And if you like live betting the games, you like same game parlays, you want to bet Uzbekistani soccer like Jake, there's like whatever. It's all there for you on the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Download the app today if you want to help out the show. Promo code Baton Rouge. DraftKings Sportsbook app.
21 or older, physically present in Louisiana. Availability varies by parish. Eligibility restrictions apply. Minimum $5 deposit. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for full terms and conditions. Licensee partner Golden Nugget Lake Charles. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-770-STOP. 7867.
Close out with Ask the Bench next.
OTB, OT.
Happy Thanksgiving. From your friends at All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge. And give thanks this season that you have a dealership like All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge right here in Baton Rouge, right there off of Airline Highway. And I love all of the staff, from everybody who works in the service department, sales department, rental department, anything and everybody in between. They're so kind, and they work for you with your best interests at the fore. And look, Toyotathon's going on right now. You get some incredible deals. You can actually use the website as a place to start to explore maybe what your options are, what ownership could be like. Get that Toyota certified warranty, whether you buy new or a Toyota certified used car, where you still get a more affordable vehicle since it's used, but you still get that warranty, so you have peace of mind about that car standing the test of time. And look, I leased a Camry for the last 3 years, dude, and I loved it. And I would have never even known that was an option for me and my family. One for All-Star. Go to allstartoyotabatonrouge.com. Happy Thanksgiving.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
3 people walk into a bar. The first 2 order the same old margs. The third, Nuevo Topo Chico Margarita Hard Seltzer. Crafted with real lime juice and a crisp tequila flavor. Topo Chico Margarita Hard Seltzer.
I am Juliet, daughter of Marguerite, granddaughter of Gabriel Piera. I come from a line of strong women. Women who knew struggle and success too. Still, I was scared by my breast cancer diagnosis. But I had Blue Cross coverage, which meant I got care from top doctors. I'm strong like my mother, and her mother before her. The right card, the right care.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Want more customers? Running Boards Marketing can help you get their attention. Imagine your brand's message on a giant LED billboard truck that can't be skipped and is nearly impossible to ignore. Running Boards Marketing is the leader in effective and affordable advertising on digital mobile billboards, which are 2 times more effective than traditional billboards. With a 97% recall rate, you'll leave a lasting impression with your customers. Visit us online at runningboardsmarketing.com so we can drive your message to where the people are.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big V and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity.
12 in the NFL starts with the Thanksgiving Day triple header. First, the Lions host the Bills at 11:30 a.m. Then the Cowboys host the Giants at 3:30 p.m., followed by the Vikings and the Patriots at 7:20 p.m. All here on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
OTB OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
This reminds me of one of my favorite Funny or Die skits. And it's, have you ever seen the David Bowie, Bing Crosby special from back in the day? They do a little Christmas special together. Well, it's John C. Reilly and Will Ferrell acting as Bing Crosby and David Bowie. But they kind of just play it straight the entire time. But I don't know why. We'll play it closer to Christmas, but it tickles me to no end. And they sing a nice little like remix of this and Joy to the World, and it's fantastic. Right now, it's time for some Ask the Bench. Brought to you by, we need a White Christmas here. That was an awful song choice, boys. Way to go, you blew it. Brought to you by...
You picked it.
What? Not true.
Yeah.
It is true.
Haphazardly.
I did pick it. But it's not. I wanted Kelly Maliki, but Mars like, too late. Ask the Bench brought by Cold Curse Light, Vizzy Hard Seltzer, and Blue Moon Light Sky Citrus Sweet. Boys, what are you most thankful for?
Family and friends, loved ones to lean on.
Mm-hmm.
Get to spend time with them. Pretty excited.
Danny?
I'm thankful for T-Bob being in my life.
It's very sweet, Danny. I don't know what your angle is here. You're trying to butter me up maybe because you accused me of simping earlier. I'm not entirely sure. I obviously am thankful for you boys. Absolutely. And I'm thankful for friends and family. I think, on a more fun thing, obviously I think I'm thankful for this crazy LSU football season, which has been so much fun. I always like being in Alabama. Thankful for that. I'm thankful for the nerd renaissance that I experienced this fall. I mean, to have a fall where on top of football, I got to watch a new Lord of the Rings show, House of the Dragon, Andor, season finale night. It's just incredible.
If I could bring it back to sports, thankful for Brian Kelly. If y'all remember when he got hired, I wasn't the most optimistic, but you can't deny what he's done, man. In year one, you had to be super excited for the near future and for the long-term future if you're an LSU fan.
I am thankful for Willie Green and the Pelicans. Going to be relevant. Make it a fun Christmas basketball season. Boys, what's going to be the fellas' Thanksgiving drink of choice?
Oh, thanks. I need a second to think about that. I haven't decided.
Just, I'm not even going to give a brand because I can't act like I know what brand I'm going to choose. I'm just going to grab a random bottle of bourbon that I have and just drink it.
I'll probably have some Zacapa. It's a Guatemalan rum.
Okay. Hell yeah.
I mix it with Coke, and my family shames me, but that's what I'm going to drink.
Are you going to have eggnog?
You mix it with Coke, dude? Jesus. Sad. No eggnog yet, Danny. We're going to hold off on the nog. How's that guys the bench?
Wait, you think it's too early?
Yeah. Now, well, actually, decorating the tree tonight. And you almost have to have...
you decided to play Christmas music.
Yeah, you almost have to... Well, it's not... I can't fully explain it. But I guess I'm not going to eat... I'm not going to have eggnog with my Thanksgiving meal. I will probably have eggnog while decorating the tree tonight. You've reminded me that when I go to the grocery store today, I should probably buy some. Look, we love you all. Thanks you. Like, what I'm really thankful for is the audience, man. Everybody who hangs out in the chat with us every single day. Everybody who listens on the radio, hits the like button, does all of that stupid stuff that we ask you to do every day. Because ultimately, this is a job that does not exist without y'all. And I do not take that for granted. I mean, I just mentioned Lord of the Rings and House of Dragon, all these other stuff. There's so much stuff vying for our time. And so even if it's only a couple of minutes a day, the fact that you choose to spend some time with us here, it really does make me emotional if I stop and think about it for too long. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go and say thank you, you beautiful bastards, all the wonderful men and women who hang out with us here every day, and we love you. And a massive, massive thank you. And look, in classic radio fashion, If you want to feel younger and better, go to Rejuve Medical, okay? Ask about the hormone replacement therapy. See how thankful you will be to feel younger and better once again. Ooh, I'm loving this song picking up. But yeah, look, you go to, maybe HRT's for you, maybe it's not. The point is go into Rejuve Medical, get that consultation, draw your labs, see exactly where your body is, and then let them customize a plan for you. Ask about metabolization optimization, the new hot treatment on the block. Really do love y'all. Super happy Thanksgiving. Guys, we're going to be back on Friday. Okay, we're going to be at City Slice Friday morning. We'll actually watch the game there that afternoon. So we're only going to be off tomorrow. So don't worry about that, but we will be back on Friday. Thank you. I hope everybody cooks delicious food. Stay safe out there. No drinking and driving. Kiss your family. Kiss your friends. Danny, good luck hunting, and we will see you Friday.
OTB, OT.
Happy Thanksgiving from your Urgent Care. Patient Plus Urgent Care, the best in the business. And give thanks that Baton Rouge is blessed with an urgent care like Patient Plus, with locations littered throughout the city, one near you, where they get you in, they get you out, they get you better. It's the perfect stop for life's unexpected moments, and it's because they separate themselves with facilities that are, well, they're just better than any you've ever seen. I mean, quite frankly, like when you go in, you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. Be like, okay, I get it now. And it's the latest technology. Wow. As well. Like things like the digital profile that you sign up for. And then I might have to go to Patient Plus. There we go. Look, it's so easy to sign in, sign out. And for all your occupational medicine needs, if you are a business, please trust me, y'all. Go to the Mid-City location of Patient Plus. Get in touch with them. They will get you right. They're your one-stop Ahmed shop. Patient Plus Urgent Care says happy Thanksgiving.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust poll of the day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, anytime. Hunt and Hill. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the poll of the day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary. For those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Louisiana. It's a place defined by culture, by pride, by passion, by people who do more than love this place. They celebrate it, elevate it, champion it. They are the individuals who embody what makes Louisiana great. The companies that make Louisiana a better place to work and live. The nonprofits leading transformational change in our communities. Champions of Louisiana are all around us, and LWCC is proud to celebrate them because we've always been Louisiana loyal, supporting the workers, the innovators, the change agents of this great place we call home. Who are the champions around you? Together, we can share their stories. Together, we can help our home state thrive. Together, we are Louisiana loyal. Always.
Bayou Ford has the new inventory to get you in a new Ford truck or SUV today, or customize your next vehicle just the way you want it. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.